All right, I think we are live. Yep, we are live here at CollectCo. Saturday night sale. I'm Paul. Going to be doing the last sale of this invoice cycle. When you are on and watching, say hello, like the video, all that fun stuff. Got some half-off crates tonight. Got some new arrivals, I think, that John's going to be bringing up. Got some buy now best offer stuff. Got 45s, auctions, all that fun stuff. Let's see, what is this? This is a little bit older. Cool. Just kind of peeking through some more of these crates and seeing what we've got. All right. I think I see another crate that we can do half off on, perhaps. Yeah. Cool. How's it going, everybody? How is it going? I'm getting some caffeine in me to get some energy for tonight's show. And let me see if I can angle this a little bit different here. Oh, there's a little, okay. Can do that. Well, that's a little bit, I think I overdid it there. Maybe something like that. Nope, I don't know. There we go. That looks good enough. I'll probably hit the camera about 10 times or more during the sale anyways. All right. How is it going? I'm a little bit late. I'm usually right on time at 5, but not this time. It's a little after 5. Chad and company are going to the Metallica show again tonight. And Party Boy Paul and the CollectCo Knights. What's up? What's up, Craig? How's it going, everybody? Hello. I don't even know what I grabbed here for the first crate that we're going to be showing, but some new vinyl. Of course, we always kick it off with some new sealed stuff, and then we'll go from there. Got a couple half-off crates pulled. Got some buy now best offer crates. We got 45s. Got auctions. I think we've got some a little bit of Japanese stuff here that we can probably start the show with. Some good looking stuff too. Cool. No idea if these have been shown or not, but there is a little batch of Japanese over here. A little bit of Japanese. All right. What is it? Got 513 for, Saturday, the last sale of this invoice cycle. I think Chad's going to be doing coins and knives tomorrow. That's what he just told me. So no vinyl sale tomorrow, but there will be currency, coins, and knives. I think there's a lot of knives that came in, is what he was saying. So should be good if you're into that. Definitely tune in tomorrow. I don't know what time it'll start. He'll probably say 5 and start at 7, but who knows? We will see. All right. Let's go ahead and go through a crate of new vinyl just to get warmed up. Let's do a crate of new vinyl. If you want anything out of here, I'm just going to read the artist title and price. These are new and sealed from the distributor. Sticker price. If you need anything, just comment the artist name or the initials, something that lets me know that you want it. Got the Pogues, The Rest of the Best. It's a classic 1992 compilation on limited edition green vinyl. The Pogues is new and sealed for $33.99. $33.99 for the Pogues. Then we've got Jimmy Buffett, Take the Weather With You. That is a special edition vinyl, and it includes original artwork and extra photos. Jimmy Buffett, that's new and sealed for $29.99. What's Up Holding, $190. Then we have Mississippi John Hurt, Today. That is new and sealed for $39.99 from Bluesville. Very cool, just seeing it. Oh, pressed it QRP in conjunction with acoustic sounds. That's going to sound really good. Mississippi John Hurt. It's $39.99. We've got Led Zeppelin, Texas International Pop Festival, the 1969 broadcast on colored vinyl. That is unofficial, of course, or a bootleg. That's new and sealed for $36.99. Just seeing what the track list is on here from 69. Train Kept a Rolling, I Can't Quit You Baby, Dazed and Confused takes up the whole B side. Then You Shook Me, How Many More Times, Susie Q, The Hunter, The Lemon Song, Eyesight to the Blind, little medley there, and then Bye Bye Baby, and Communication Breakdown. Closing it off, Led Zeppelin, $36.99. Another Led Zeppelin, this one is Charlotte, 1972, The Carolina Broadcast, Volume 2, that's new and sealed for $44.99. That's got Dazed and Confused, What Is and What Should Never Be, Moby Dick, Whole Lot of Love, Rock and Roll, and Communication Breakdown, closing that one as well. Raise the camera a hair. Is that better? Is that a little bit? Yeah, I think when I was holding it up, I was taking it off screen. Maybe that's a little bit better there. Got John Anderson and the Band Geeks. That's live, Perpetual Change, new and sealed for $54.99. Looks like it's, yeah, 3 LPs. John Anderson from Yes. 3 LP live record there, new and sealed for $54.99. And then Gary Newman, The Pleasure Principle, vinyl reissue, mastered from the HD digital transfers of the analog tapes. That's new and sealed for $33.99. Great album there. Great album. And I haven't listened to any records since the last time you asked, I think. I have had a busy week. I don't even think I've listened to one record at home yet. Have not had a chance to put that on the turntable yet, but I will do it soon for sure. Then we have Metallica Death Magnetic. Metallica Death Magnetic. That is new and sealed for $44.99. $44.99 on Metallica. And then Tyla. This does not even have a price on it, so I don't want to show it because I don't know what the price is. I'll just set that to the side for now. We've got Five Finger Death Punch. Five Finger Death Punch. This is Got Your Six. That is new and sealed for $33.99. Then Small Faces, Ogden's Nut Gone Flake. Great album, great psych record here. Psych pop. That is a new copy for $34.99, mastered by Nick Robbins. Liker's cut at Air Mastering. Very cool. Pete Townsend said the Small Faces were a place of joy in the early UK music scene, a complete delight. Great album there, Small Faces. And then Star Wars Shadows of the Empire, music by Joel McNeely. That's new and sealed for $33.99. First ever LP release of the original soundtrack. And let's see. Yeah, new and sealed for $33.99. Just reading the hype sticker on there. And then we've got the Beatles Revolver, new stereo mix by Giles Martin and Sam Okell. That's new and sealed for $36.99. And then Lonesome Drifter. This is Charlie Rocket is the Lonesome Drifter, new and sealed on silver vinyl. That is $36.99 for Charlie Crockett. Looks like we've got 2 copies of that. And this is Steven Wilson, I believe. Steven Wilson, The Overview. Steven Wilson from Porcupine Tree, of course, new and sealed, $36.99 on that. CCR. This is CCR Mardi Gras, new and sealed on gold vinyl. That's $33.99. Nirvana MTV Unplugged in New York. That's new and sealed for $39.99. Got 2 copies of that. The Ramones Road to Ruin, 180 gram vinyl. Cut from the original analog master tapes by Kevin Gray. Pressed at Optimal Media. Looks like it's numbered out of 5,000 as well. I don't know where it's numbered. Maybe it's hidden behind the obi. I don't know. Where is it? $39.99. Ramones, $39.99. Road to Ruin. We got 2 of those. And then Heart. This is Heart. Self-titled. Got a few of those. That's new and sealed for $33.99. Heart. Self-titled. And then we have the Sex Pistols live in the USA, Longhorns Ballroom, Dallas, January 10th, 1978. That's on limited white vinyl. New and sealed for $36.99 on the Sex Pistols. And then Government Mule Heavy Load Blues. That is on Blue Smoke vinyl, 2 LPs on 180 gram vinyl, new and sealed for $39.99 on Government Mule. Then we have the Coyote Ugly soundtrack. That is new and sealed for $33.99 on Coyote Ugly. Then Rush 2112 audiophile vinyl, direct metal mastering, new and sealed for $36.99. $36.99 on Rush. And then Classic, one of the best albums of all time, The Zombies, Odyssey and Oracle, Pop Psych, Essential here, half-speed mastered at Abbey Road, new and sealed for $38.99. ST is going to get the Sex Pistols. That was right here. ST over on YouTube got Sex Pistols. Someone should definitely grab that Zombies, Odyssey, and Oracle. We've got 2 of them. Those should not be left behind. And then Pink Floyd at Pompeii. This is the new 2025 mix by Steven Wilson, and it includes a poster that's new and sealed for $46.99. I think on Tuesday I might actually go to the Belcourt Theater and see that in 4K. I think it's in 4K, and it has the new mix as well, so that should be a great experience. And then we have Black Sabbath Headless Cross, the 2024 remaster of Black Sabbath Headless Cross. That's new and sealed for $33.99. What's up, Jason? All right, let me just recap this crate very quickly, but I think maybe before I recap it, I'm gonna go through some of these singles that I think Chad has been going through. Let's see. Yeah. Not entirely sure what's going on with this. I don't know if is it the label or the artist. Let me see here. Or is it Modern Life is War? I'm just kind of guessing that the label on this is Death Wish and the artist is Modern Life is War, but this is I Want to Be Your Dog, Stooges song, and then Survival. On the B side, this is going to be a $5 start. It's on green vinyl as well, translucent green vinyl. That's going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Modern Life is War, $5 start on that. Carlene Rollins is watching. What's up? What's up, Travis? And yeah, great stuff. Let's get a $5 start on that 45. And I'm going to recap this. We've got the Pogues, the rest of the best. The Pogues, the rest of the best. Jimmy Buffett, Take the Weather With You. That's new and sealed. Mississippi John Hurt Today. Led Zeppelin, Texas International Pop Festival on colored vinyl. Led Zeppelin, Charlotte, 1972. John Anderson and the Band Geeks, Live Perpetual Change. Gary Newman, The Pleasure Principle. Gary Newman, The Pleasure Principle, and then Metallica. I don't know what just came out of my mouth there, but that is Metallica, Death Magnetic. Metallica, Death Magnetic. Five Finger Death Punch, Got Your Six, Five Finger Death Punch. Small Faces, Ogden's Not Gonna Flake. The Beatles, Revolver. We've got Star Wars, Shadows of the Empire. Lonesome Drifter, that's Charlie Crockett. Steven Wilson, The Overview. Steven Wilson from Porcupine Tree. CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival, doing Mardi Gras and gold vinyl. Nirvana, MTV Unplugged. The Ramones, Road to Ruin. Ramones, Road to Ruin. Heart, self-titled, new and sealed. And then Government Mule, Heavy Load Blues on Blue Smoke vinyl. Coyote Ugly soundtrack. Rush 2112. The Zombies, Odyssey and Oracle, Half Speed Master. Pink Floyd at Pompeii. Pink Floyd at Pompeii. And Black Sabbath, Headless Cross. $5 start on the 45. Final call to get a $5 starting bid on that. All right, let me see. Where am I going to put this? Maybe right here for now. Set that right there. How's it going, Scott? Let's see. Let's go ahead and let's start out with a half-off crate. Half-off crate of some more of that new, like, sealed stuff that we picked up in a collection, and my phone has taken a tumble. There we go. Get that set up here. Let me mute my mic for just 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, Homeland Conspiracies here too. What is up, everybody? All right, half-off crate. Let's do a half-off crate. Got Neil Young, After the Gold Rush. This is the 50th anniversary deluxe numbered edition with exclusive album art and a 7-inch art lithograph, all sorts of stuff. It's a sealed copy. Half-off price is $35. $35 on Neil Young, After the Gold Rush, the 50th anniversary deluxe numbered limited edition box set. And then this is Tiktalika, something like that. Tiktalika, that is Charlie Griffith's debut solo album. He's a guitarist with the progressive metal band Haken. Cool. Sealed Prog Metal from 2022, half off price is $17.50. $17.50 on that. Neil Young is sold to ST. So we've sold 2 records so far, and both of them have gone to ST over on YouTube. Let's keep going through this half off crate. Did I say the half off price? Yeah, $17.50 on that. Then we have Empire State Bastard, Rivers of Heresy on Poison Green vinyl. It's unopened. Looks like, yeah, the top kind of got dinged up a little bit here. Yeah, the top is definitely dinged up, but that's half off for just $10 now. A seam split on the top there, $10 on Empire State Bastard. And then Anderson .Paak Ventura. Anderson .Paak is sealed for $14, $14 on that. Edwin Rivera is going to take this Charlie Griffiths Taktalika, something like that. That is sold to Edwin Rivera for half price. Thank you, Edwin. That's sold to you. And then Pretty Sick, debut album Makes Me Sick, Makes Me Smile. Pretty Sick is sealed for just $10. $10 on Pretty Sick. We have 2 copies of that. And then Enslaved Heimdall, maybe? Heimdal, Enslaved on black vinyl. That is sealed for $15. Jaime Ponte, what's up? Donna Turner on Anderson .Paak. Anderson .Paak sold to Donna Turner. Thank you, Donna. That is sold to you. ESB, Empire State Bastard. That is sold to Classy Lonnie Metal. That's sold to you. And then Enslaved is sold to Jaime Ponte. Tuned in just in time for Enslaved. Classy Lonnie Metal, you were second. Unfortunately, we only had 1 copy of that. And this is Empath. Empath, Listen to Visitor. Empath is sealed. It's a noise/indie psych record on bone colored vinyl, sealed for just $10. If you want to try that out for $10. Deerhoof, great band. I think they just came out with a new album that I need to listen to. I love Deerhoof, great noisy math rock band. Been going at it for what, like 30-something years at this point. Deerhoof, The Magic. This is on purple vinyl, and it is sealed for just $10. $10 on Deerhoof. There's another Anderson .Paak if anyone wants that. That one got mixed up somehow. If anyone wants a copy of that Anderson .Paak record. And then this is Cruising, the original motion picture soundtrack. It is on blue, black, and white. It's a 3 LP remaster. It was $99.99. Now it's half off for $50. $50 on the Cruising soundtrack from Waxworks. That is from Waxworks. $50 on Cruising. Anderson .Paak is sold to Tim Colino Jr. Deerhoof is picked up by ST. Great stuff there. Great stuff on Deerhoof. All right, and then, oh yeah, I forgot I put this in here. This is the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I'm Beside You. This is a VG copy, but it's a 2013 Record Store Day release. It was $124.99, which means this is now $62.50. Red Hot Chili Peppers, half off for $62.50. And then Gogol Bordello, Transcontinental Hustle. That was $149.99. It's a 2010 folk rock / punk record, half off for $75. $75 on that. Rhapsody. What was Rhapsody? John Dodd was Rhapsody supposed to be Red Hot Chili Peppers, perhaps? I forgot about the single up here. That's a $5 buy now if anyone wants it. I believe the artist is Modern Life is War, and they do I Want to Be Your Dog, and the B-side is Survival. $5 buy it now on that if anybody wants it. $5 buy it now on that. John Dodd, let me know if Rhapsody was supposed to be for Red Hot Chili Peppers. Let's see. So you got $5 on that, $45 if anybody wants that. Craig Thomas is going to pick it up. Thank you, Craig. That's sold to you. Let me find a good home for it. Right there seems good. I'm going to go ahead and put up a Japanese import LP here. Let's go ahead and do that. This is... I'm trying to get everything together here. There we go. It's all stored in the back. Eric Clapton, Money and Cigarettes. It does have a blemish here on the cover, which is definitely atypical for Japanese imports. But Eric Clapton, Money and Cigarettes. There's the insert. There's the other insert. Let's take a look at the vinyl. Looks very nice. Because of the little mark on the cover there, let's go ahead and get this one started for $25. $25 start on Eric Clapton. $25 start on that. $25 start on that. Next, Dispatch. Who are we living for? Dispatch. Who are we living for? That is, it was $69.99. Now it's $35. It's clear with rainbow splatter. We only opened it to see what color it was. And this is $35 now. Dispatch. Who are we living for? $35 on Dispatch. And then Villagers Fever Dreams. Villagers Fever Dreams. Yellow colored vinyl with a 7-inch as well. It's got like an interchangeable cover, and it was $59.99. Now it is $30. $30 on Villagers, $30 on that. And then Royal Thunder, Rebuilding the Mountain. Royal Thunder is sealed on gold vinyl for $12.50. $12.50 on that. $12.50 on Royal Thunder. And then Janelle Monáe. Janelle Monáe is The Age of Pleasure, and that's on Orange Crush vinyl. It is sealed, and it is $17.50. $17.50 on Janelle Monáe. The Replacements, Don't Tell a Soul, in a half-off crate. It is a reissue, but it is sealed for just $15. $15 on The Replacements. And then KSI, this is the Simulation Deluxe KSI, or KS1 maybe, that is sealed for $7.50. $7.50 on that. $7.50 on that. Let's see. Classy Lonnie metal on RT. RT Royal Thunder. Royal Thunder is sold to Classy Lonnie metal. Let's see. That was The Replacements. That is sold to Phil Ott. ST, you were second on that. Let's see. Was there a Gogol? Both of you guys asked about Gogol, Gogol. There it is. Gogol Bordello, Transcontinental Hustle. It was $149.99. It's in a half-off crate, so it's $75. Gregory Roberts, if you want that, that is $75. It's a folk rock / punk record from 2010. $75 on that. Gregory Roberts, you were first to ask about that, and then Carrie Adams, you were second. So Gregory Roberts, if you want that for $75, that is all you. And then Eric Clapton, final call to get a $25 start on the Japanese import of Eric Clapton Money and Cigarettes. $25 start on that. Next in the crate is Ghost Woman and If. It's on limited edition Eco Mix vinyl. It's a psych record. It was $24.99. Now it is $12.50. $12.50 on Ghost Woman. And then Noonday Dream. This is Ben Howard. Ben Howard, Noonday Dream. That is sealed for $11. $11 on that. And Gregory Roberts, is going to get Gogol Bordello. That is sold to Gregory Roberts for half price. So that was, $75 on that. And then Hiram Ponte is also going to get Royal Thunder. That is sold to Hiram Ponte. Thank you, Hiram. That's sold to you. And Alan Stone, Building Balance on clear vinyl. Alan Stone is sealed for just $10. $10 on Alan Stone. And if anybody wants Eric Clapton, Money and Cigarettes, that is a $25 buy it now. Let me get this thing put back together. Eric Clapton, come on. Get in the sleeve. There we go. That's that. And the inserts and the LP. If anyone wants that for $25, it is available. $25 on Eric Clapton. Let's see. GW. Ghost Woman. Ghost Woman is sold to Classy Lonnie Metal. Thank you very much. That's sold to you. And what else? Let's do a 45 now. Maybe I'll do a 45 and then Japanese import, and then a 45 Japanese import. It's got a cool label on it, and it has a button with it. There's a little pin right there. Very cool. There's the label. Whoa. Sonic Cathedral, the label that celebrates itself. This is Sarah Beth Tusek or Tukek? Tusek, probably. Sarah Beth 26, Something for You. The A side, yeah, Something for You. On both sides, the B side is a Contino mix, though. This is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on that. $5 start. All right, next in the crate is the band Camino, the dark. That is on white vinyl, sealed. The half off price is $12.50. $12.50 on that. And then we have another one, the band Camino. We've got 2 copies of that for $12.50. And this is Cali Ucas, Miedo, and Laura Loves Cali. 3-heart rating on the Laura scale. That is sealed for just $15. Sealed for $15 on that. And this is something. Let's see. What do we have? Angus and Julia Stone, Life is Strange. Cool. Yeah, they've been going at it for a while. They've been making music a long time. Sealed for $10. Sealed for $10 on Angus and Julia Stone. Been telling everybody about that Ride the Lightning, like random people in the grocery store. That's great. That means that it's going to the right person if you're that excited about it. Donna Turner on Cali. That is sold to Donna Turner. Jim B, you were second. Final call on Sonic Cathedral. I believe the actual artist's name was Sarah Beth 26, but that is a final call. That's at 5 with Craig Thomas. Next in the crate is Beach Bunny, I believe. Yeah, Beach Bunny Emotional Creature. Beach Bunny Emotional Creature on orange and yellow marbled vinyl. Sealed for $10. $10 on that. And then Andy Schoaf, Norm. It's the name of the album. It's on Eco Mix vinyl, sealed for $10. Andy Schoaf, $10 on that. And then Cynic, Kindly Bent to Free Us. Cynic is on yellow vinyl. It's unopened and it's $12.50. Very cool artwork on the cover there. A.A. Bondi, American Hearts. A.A. Bondi, American Hearts. That is sealed for $7.50. $7.50 on that. And we have a few of those. Let's go ahead and sell the 45 to Craig Thomas. And it's also got this button with it as well from the label. Kind of a, seems like a nod to the Vertigo label. Maybe the black and white kind of spirally or swirl looking thing there. I'm trying to get this to where it won't mess anything up. There we go. But yeah, cool button too with the, well, camera's not really wanting to focus on it, but yeah, cool button. That is sold to Craig Thomas for $5. Let's put that with the other 45. Looks like we've got some claims here. Let's see, Cynic. Cynic is sold to Classy Lonnie Metal. Tim Volness, or actually no, Cynic was sold at Sunday Morning Sessions. You were first, and then Classy Lonnie Metal was second, and then Hiram Ponte was third. Tim Volness, I believe your bid on Sonic came in a little bit late. I believe I had already called that sold. If I'm wrong, somebody please let me know. Let's see, Beach Bunny. Beach Bunny is sold to Holden 190. That is sold to Holden 190. I wear that button every day. Good. Good. It's a cool button. And then we've got Punch Brothers, the Phosphorescent Blues. Punch Brothers, the Phosphorescent Blues. Cool bluegrass group here. Sealed. Yeah, Laura put a note on here. Killer Bluegrass. Sealed for just $12.50. $12.50 on the Punch Brothers. $12.50 on that. Let's recap this crate and let's put up a Japanese LP as well. Japanese import LP. What do we have here? We've got Howard Jones, Dream into Action. There's the jacket, still in shrink wrap as well. Still in shrink, and then it also has the insert with it, and I believe this is like an order form. That's what I'm assuming there, or maybe a survey of some sort, but Howard Jones, Dream into Action. Let's take a look at the LP. Yeah, looks super nice. Near mint minus on that. Howard Jones is going to be a $25 start. $25 start on Howard Jones. $25 start on that. Gonna mute my mic for 1 second, and then I'm gonna recap this half off crate. Give me 1 second. All right, we're back looking for a $25 start on Howard Jones. We've got Pretty Sick, Makes Me Sick, Makes Me Smile. If you need the price on any of these, just let me know. Jim B on Punch Brothers. Cool. I was kind of surprised that didn't get claimed quicker. Jim B on the Punch Brothers, that is sold. Pretty Sick, Makes Me Sick, Makes Me Smile, still available for half off. Mike Massey's going to take one. Got one copy of that left. Then this is Empath. Listen to Visitor. What is it? It's, yeah, Visitor, Empath. Yeah, noisy indie psych record, bone vinyl, sealed for $10. $10 on that. And then the Cruising soundtrack was $100. Now it's $50. $50 on the Cruising soundtrack. Aidan Donahue on Pretty Sick as well. That is sold to Aidan Donahue. Then Red Hot Chili Peppers, that one was expensive too. This is I'm Beside You. That was a 2013 Record Store Day release. It is VG. I think I remember grading this like really conservatively. It was $124.99. Now it's $62.50. I think there was just like a couple light scratches on here, but nothing that should affect playback too drastically. Aidan Donahue on Facebook is Purple Fuzzy D on YouTube. Thank you. That definitely helps us out a lot. Thank you for letting us know. Howard Jones is a final call to get a $25 starting bid on Howard Jones. And we have Dispatch, Who Are We Living For? Dispatch, Who Are We Living For? That one's $35. It's on colored vinyl as well. And we've got Villagers, Fever Dreams. Janelle Monáe, The Age of Pleasure. And that was on Orange Crush vinyl. This is Dissimulation Deluxe KSI or KS1 maybe. Half off. Lizzie, Carving Canyons. That's on orange vinyl, sealed for $9. And then Ben Howard, Noonday Dream. Alan Stone, Building Balance. Alan Stone. This is the band Camino, the band Camino on white vinyl. And this is Angus and Julia Stone, Life is Strange. Andy Schaaf, Norm, AA Bondi, American Hearts. We have 3 copies of those left, and that is everything in the crate. That's everything left in that crate. If anyone wants anything or needs to know a price on anything out of there, just let me know. Everything is half off sticker from that crate. And let's do something different. Let's do a buy it now best offer crate maybe. What's in here? That's from a week or two ago. This looks like a pretty good crate though. There's some good stuff in here for sure. This is definitely more heavy on the vintage side of things. Definitely heavier on the vintage side of things, but this is going to be buy it now or best offer. All right, let's see. Just knocking the camera around. Jim B is going to get the Cruising album. That is gone. I think we've had that one for a decent while now, but that Cruising soundtrack is sold to Jim B for half price. That was $50. $50 sold to Jim B. If anyone wants Howard Jones Dream into Action, that is a $25 buy it now. $25 buy it now on Howard Jones Dream into Action. Let me get this put back together. Very nice copy here. $25 buy it now on Howard Jones. All right. Set this with Eric Clapton. And that means it's time for a 45. Let's see. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's do that one. Is it sealed? No, it's not. But let's see how the vinyl looks. Looks good. This is Bat for Lashes, What's a Girl to Do? Bat for Lashes, What's a Girl to Do? Limited edition, heavyweight vinyl. It is thick. Here's the yellow inner sleeve with it. Looks very nice. It's going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Bat for Lashes. What's a girl to do? $5 start on that. All right, let's do a buy it now or best offer crate. Buy it now, best offer crate. Craig Thomas is in on Bat for Lashes at $5. That's at $5 with Craig Thomas. Travis Wade was second to get a bid. That's at $5 with Craig Thomas. Buffalo to Springfield again. No condition. It's $34.99. $34.99 on Buffalo Springfield. Buy it now or best offer in here. Joe Walsh Barnstorm. That was $19.99 on Joe Walsh. And CCR, this is more Credence Gold. Some greatest hits. It's a Portuguese import. $34.99. $34.99 on that. Van Morrison Wavelength. It's $34.99. And then this is James Gang Straight Shooter. The price tag has fallen off. Let's call it $19.99, or you can make an offer on it. $19.99 on the James Gang Straight Shooter. Buffalo Springfield. This is a 2LP compilation. Great stuff here. $34.99 on this Buffalo Springfield. Then Tina Turner Acid Queen is $24.99. Janis Joplin Pearl, $34.99. Tito Puente, Dance Mania. Tito Puente is $9.99. $9.99 on that. Then CCR, Credence Clearwater Revival, self-titled, $29.99 on CCR. Deep Purple Fireball. Deep Purple Fireball. That's also missing. What happened to the price tags on this? I don't think I did this one. I know for like a week or something, I was trying to change up my pricing style, and I like forgot to price like a third of a crate twice, I think. But that's going to be $29.99 on Deep Purple. $29.99 on that. Travis Wade is at $6 on Bats, or not Bats, but Bat for Lashes. Craig Thomas, you've been outbid. Let me know if you want back in. Let me know if you want back in, and he is out. Joe Walsh, the smoker you drink, the player you get. That's missing a price tag. What happened here? This is $19.99 on Joe Walsh, $19.99 on that. Santana, that has a price tag, $19.99. That is Santana, $19.99. Roy Buchanan, Livestock. This, what? I don't think I'm responsible for this. I don't know what happened here. A lot of these are missing price tags. This is the Buckingham's Time and Charges. It's also in shrink wrap, no condition notes. $9.99 on that. Final Call on Bat for Lashes. That's at $6 with Travis Wade. And then Pacific Gas and Electric. Get It On Blues. Pacific Gas and Electric is $19.99. Santana, $12. Donna Turner, I'll do $14 on it. I'll do $14 on Santana if you want that. Todd Fisher on Joe Walsh. I'm assuming it was for this one here. Yeah, that was $19.99 on Joe Walsh. The smoker you drink, the player you get. Did we have two of those in here? Or was it just the one? Might have been just the one. There were some James Gang records in here. That's what it was. Donna Turner said sold. That is sold to Donna Turner for $14. Jim B is in on Bat for Lashes at $7. I was just about to sell it as well. But Travis Wade, you have been outbid. That is at $7 now with Jim B over on YouTube. Eagles Live. Eagles Live. It does have the poster with it as well. That is $39.99. Sunday Morning Sessions. The Deep Purple, it didn't have a price tag on it. It is on the Green Warner label, which should make that an OG copy. I think all the records were shifted. They did. Let me fix this where you can't see what else is in here. I don't know if I did a good job or not. But yeah, it's a really nice copy on the Green Warner Brothers label. $29.99. $29.99 on that. Condition looks really nice on it as well. Travis Wade has Bat for Lashes now for $8. Jim B, you've been outbid. Don Henley, I Can't Stand Still. That is $19.99. ELO, that's Electric Light Orchestra, A New World Record. ELO is $19.99. Then Neil Diamond, Gold, recorded live at the Troubadour. That is $14.99. Doobies, the best of the Doobie Brothers, Volume 2. That's $14.99. Cream, this is Live Cream Volume 2. That's $34.99. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Deja Vu, $34.99. Looks like a probably an OG copy here. Yeah, 1841 Broadway, 4-digit cat number. Looks like a nice copy. Deja Vu, great stuff. Deja Vu, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Probably my favorite Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young record there. Deep Purple 23. Where is it? Let's go ahead and sell Deep Purple to Sunday Morning Sessions for $23. Bat for Lashes is now at $9 with Jim B. Travis Wade, you've been outbid once again. Having a little bit of a battle over the Bat for Lashes 45. Timothy Horn is in the house. What is up? Let's see. Next in the crate, Tina Turner, I Can't Stand the Rain. That's the extended remix. And Let's Pretend We're Married. That's a live version, and that is $14.99 for Tina Turner. Joe Walsh, So What? That one is $19.99 as well. Marvin Gaye live at the London Palladium. That is $39.99, 2 LPs, $39.99 on Marvin Gaye. If you're just tuning in, this is a buy now or best offer crate. Buy it now or best offer. Bat out. All right, so Bat for Lashes is at $10 with Travis Wade. I'm going to go ahead and make that a final call. Final call on Bat for Lashes. That's at $10 with Travis Wade. Donna Turner is going to get Marvin Gaye for $30. That's sold to Donna Turner for $30. Todd Fisher on Joe Walsh. That is sold to Todd Fisher. Thank you, Todd. That's sold to you. Next is Brian Ferry, Let's Stick Together. Brian Ferry is $24.99. And then Huey Lewis and the News Sports. That is $19.99. $19.99 on Huey Lewis and the News. Wings at the Speed of Sound, $24.99. Some great, just classic titles in this crate. Lots of classics in here. Stevie Wonder, Down to Earth. This feels like an import. It is. It's a UK import. No condition notes, $44.99. Yeah, Garrett and Lofthouse on the jacket here. From the Tamla Motown label too. Really nice copy. Super clean. If anyone gets that, they're going to be very happy with that one. That's $44.99 on Stevie Wonder. Don't see that one too often, especially as a UK import. Very cool. Aidan Donahue, Wings 20. Wings, sell that to Aidan Donahue or Purple Fuzzy D. That is sold to Aidan for $20. And let's sell Bat for Lashes for $10 to Travis Wade. Thank you, Travis Wade. That is sold to you for $10. So we're 3 out of 3 on the 45s, 0 for 2 on the Japanese imports. That means I'm going to go through more of these 45s. Let's see. What do we have? I think I saw something. Yeah, I was going through these like newer ones here, but what about these? Let's do this one next. Let's do this one. I've got a couple different crates I'm pulling from. I haven't seen any New Orleans 45s, but this is from that like punk single collection. This is Cobra Verde, striped white jets. Cobra Verde, that's lotion and quality of armor. So I guess it's a split of Cobra Verde and lotion. And this is on Simple Solution Records label from Dayton, Ohio. That's going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Cobra Verde and lotion. It's a split. Donna Turner offered $35 on Stevie Wonder. Let's go ahead and sell that to Donna Turner for $35. Thank you, Donna. That's sold to you for $35. Sold to you for $35. Next in the crate is Van Morrison, St. Dominic's Preview. That's $39.99. No condition notes on it either. Creedence Clearwater Revival live in Europe. CCR live in Europe is $34.99. This is another Stevie Wonder. This is Intervisions. That's $29.99. It looks like a nice copy. $29.99 on Stevie on the Tamla label. Yeah, $29.99 on that. Next in the crate is the new Johnny Otis Show with Shuggy Otis. $19.99 on the Johnny Otis Show. Buy now, best offer. Looking for a $5 start on Cobra Verde, striped white jets, and lotion quality of armor. A 7-inch split single. When do I plan on doing the advertised auctions? I'll probably start putting those up around 6:30, Philip. Probably around 6:30 is when those will start going up. Going to do some 45s and maybe sprinkle in some Japanese LPs between now and then. But The advertised ones I'll probably start putting up around 6:30. Next in the crate, George Harrison, Somewhere in England. That is $24.99. And then James Brown Live, Hot on the One. James Brown is $39.99. $39.99. Looks like it's on the Polydor label. Yep. $39.99 on James Brown. Slicker Van Slyke on Johnny Otis with Shuggy Otis. That's sold to Slicker Van Slyke. And everything in here is buy now or best offer. The best of Booker T and the MGs. Booker T and the MGs is $34.99. That is on the Atlantic label. $34.99 on that. And of course, it's got Green Onions, Hip Hugger, Soul Dressing. Great stuff. Blues Project, Planned Obsolescence. The Blues Project is $19.99 on that. Cobra Verde is at $5 with Jeff Brindley. Jeff Brindley has the Cobra Verde single at $5, going once, going twice. We've got Phil Collins, Hello, I Must Be Going. That is $19.99. Otis Redding, recorded live, previously unreleased performances. Otis Redding is $29.99. And then Deep Purple, Who Do We Think We Are? Deep Purple, Who Do We Think We Are is $29.99. $29.99 on that. I feel like it always looks like it has like cover damage down here or something, but that's just part of the image. It's like a reflection on the water. Deep Purple, $29.99, or maybe smoke on the water if you like bad jokes. Next is Blue Oyster Cult, Mirrors. Blue Oyster Cult is $17.99. Joe Delgado offered $14 on Huey Lewis. Surprised it didn't get claimed at sticker price. That one always sells. Joe Delgado, let's do $16 on it. Let's do $16 on Huey Lewis and the News. It does have the original inner sleeve. And let's see, the vinyl on it. Yeah, super nice. Let's do $16 on Huey Lewis and the News. I'll sell that to you. Kenneth Blair, the Otis already sold. Johnny and Shuggy Otis already sold. Final call on Cobra Verde. Final call on that. Jeff Brindley has it for $5. That's a final call. Next is Aretha. Aretha Franklin is $19.99. This one is called just Aretha. Aretha Franklin, Aretha. That is $19.99. And then Frank Sinatra, close to you. This feels like an import. $14.99. I believe it's also UK, maybe. It definitely looks and feels like it. Also says Garrett and Lofthouse on the back. Some kind of import. It doesn't say where, anywhere on here, but that's $14.99 for Sinatra. And Joe Delgado is going to get Huey Lewis for $16. That's sold to Joe Delgado for $16. Thank you. Cobra Verde is sold to Jeff Brindley for $5. That's sold for $5 to Jeff Brindley. Let's put up another single. Let's try this one out. Let's try this out. If I can even read this. I think this says Curl Up and Die. Curl Up and Die. What does this have on it? If I wanted that out of you, I'd squeeze your neck and watch your face. And this is on blue vinyl. Curl Up and Die. This is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Curl Up and Die. $5 start on that. On blue vinyl. Next in the crate. Next in the crate. If I can grab the next one, that's Rhinoceros. Rhinoceros is $29.99. No condition notes on the Electra label. Average White Band, Cut the Cake. Average White Band, Cut the Cake is $12.99. $12.99 on that. Let's see, Christman Darren was okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, Chad, I don't think we're gonna start Chad at a $5 start. It's a little bit more valuable to our store than $5, but yeah, Curl is at $5 with Christman Darren. Average White Band, $7. That is almost right. Let's do $9 on that. It was marked $12.99. It was $12.99. Donna Turner. What was the Cream live price? Cream. That was kind of far back, I believe, right? Let's see, where was Cream? Live Cream Volume 2 was $34.99. Talks with Ravens, $34.99 on that. I'll stick it in the back so I can grab it quickly if you want to make an offer or grab it. Donna Turner is going to get average white band for $9. That's sold to Donna Turner for $9. And Curl Up and Die is going twice, going 3 times. Curl Up and Die is going twice, going 3 times. That's at $5 with Chris Mandarin. And then we have Rare Earth Ecology. That's $19.99. $19.99 for Rare Earth. And then Aretha Franklin. That's Aretha in Paris, recorded live at the Olympia Theater. $34.99 on Aretha Franklin. Very nice looking copy. Very nice on the Atlantic label. Get this back in there. $34.99 on Aretha. Pass on cream, no problem. No problem. Aretha Franklin sold to Jason Boxall. That's sold to Jason Boxall. There's still an Otis in the crate. No, we sold that one. Kenneth Blair, if you were talking about the Johnny Otis show. Oh, this Otis. I'm sorry. There's a Otis Redding. That's $29.99. $29.99 on that. I was thinking of the Johnny and Shuggy Otis record that sold. I forgot there was an Otis Redding in there. Kenneth Blair, if you want that, that is $29.99. That has no condition notes on it. And I think I said Final Call, but if I didn't, Final Call on Curl Up and Die, I'm going to sell that quickly. That's at $5 with Chris Mandarin. I can't remember if I said Final Call or not. This is The Crazy World of Arthur Brown, classic psych here, $39.99 on The Crazy World of Arthur Brown, buy now or best offer. And then Roxy Music, Flesh and Blood, that's $24.99. The Who Live at Leeds is $19.99. That's just a single pack. It's not the one with all the inserts and everything. And this is Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks, one of his best, $24.99 on Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks, $24.99. Great album there. $24.99 on Bob Dylan. Curl Up and Die is sold. That is sold for $5 to Chrisman Darren. Thank you, Chrisman. That is sold to you for $5. Let's see if this gets any action at all. Do I have any LP sleeves up here? I don't think so. Not seeing any LP sleeves at all. That's okay. This is Pat Benatar. Pat Benatar, and this one is called Precious Time. Pat Benatar, Japanese import. There's the Japanese insert. And let's see. Yeah, the vinyl is super clean. Super clean vinyl. Super clean. This is going to go up for a $25 start. Pat Benatar, Precious Time, Japanese import, near mint. Vinyl with the insert and everything. That is a $25 start. Talks with Ravens, Who 15. Let's sell the Who to Talks with Ravens for $15, and then Bob Dylan 20. Sell Bob Dylan to Aiden Donahue for $20. Did I say 15 or 20? 15 on the Who and then 20 on Bob Dylan. That's what I meant to say. You can call me Darren. Cool. I'll try to remember to just do that. Sorry if I've been mispronouncing your name. Pat Benatar is at 25 with Sandy Villa. Sandy Villa has my tongue is getting tied up. Pat Benatar is at $25 with Sandy Villa. Price on Best of the Doobies Volume 2. Where was that? That was kind of towards the back, wasn't it? I was going to recap this crate anyways. Well, there it is. That was $14.99. $14.99 Dennis Daly. If you want that, that's $14.99. Or you can make an offer. Make a reasonable offer and I'll sell it to you. We sold quite a few out of this crate. Let's sell some more. There's really good titles in here. And no condition notes either. But there's that Otis Redding recorded live. That's still available. There's that Live Cream Volume 2. Buffalo Springfield again. Maybe their best album. Really good record there. $34.99. Does this have, Broken Arrow and Expecting to Fly? Some really good Neil Young songs there. $34.99 on Buffalo Springfield again. And then Joe Walsh, Barnstorm. More Creedence Gold. Let's go ahead and sell the Doobies. Doobie Brothers is sold to Dennis Daly for $10. Thank you very much. Timothy Horn, if you want to get the Pat Benatar, you're going to have to outbid Sandy Villa. Sandy Villa bid $25 already. So Sandy Villa has that. And that's now going twice, going 3 times. You're going to have to bid more than $25 to get that one. And then Van Morrison Wavelength still available. James Gang Straight Shooter. If you need prices or want to make an offer on anything, let me know. Buffalo Springfield, that's a 2LP compilation. Tina Turner, Acid Queen. Janis Joplin, Pearl still here. Tito Puente, Dance Mania. Tito Puente, and then CCR self-titled. Timothy Horns at 26. If you can just put PB 26 just so everyone watching also knows and they can keep up with the bidding, that would help everybody out a lot. But Timothy Horn does have Pat Benatar for 26 now. Sandy Villa, you have been outbid. That's at 26 with Timothy Horn. Next in the crate, the Buckingham's Time and Charges. Pacific Gas and Electric, Get It On Blues. Eagles Live is still available. Yeah, this is buy it now or best offer. Charles Siebert, buy it now, best offer. Don Henley, I Can't Stand Still. Electric Light Orchestra, A New World Record. No problem, Timothy. No problem. Neil Diamond Gold. Neil Diamond Gold. Did I see Heart? I don't think there was a Heart record in here. No Heart. I had in that crate of new vinyl that I went through, I had a sealed copy of Heart. If you want that, it was a self-titled. Where is that? Right over here somewhere. Yeah, Heart self-titled. It is a new sealed copy from our distributor. That's $33.99 if you want that, but I don't believe there was any Heart in this crate. No vintage Heart in here. Let's see. Sandy Villa, let me know if you want to get back in on Pat Benatar. That's at 26 with Timothy Horn, and that is a final call. Timothy Horn does have that for 26. Sandy Villa, let me know if you want back in. Let's see. How is that VG Chili Peppers? Not too bad. Yeah, it wasn't bad. I feel like I graded conservatively. It is VG. It is VG, but it's not like on the low side of VG or anything. Let me take a look at it again, Jim B. It's just got a few scratches on the first LP. There's nothing feelable or anything like that, just a few marks here and there. Let me see how the second disc looks. I think it's a double LP if I remember correctly. Yeah, disc 2 is actually probably VG plus or better. But yeah, disc 1 is the one that just has some marks here and there, but nothing feelable, at least nothing that I could feel off the bat. But yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely not a bad VG copy for sure. Jim B said he'll take it. That's sold to Jim B for half price. Thank you very much. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and sell Pat Benatar to Timothy Horn for 26. Pat Benatar is sold to Timothy Horn for $26. Never did hear back from Sandy Villa on that one. That sold for $26 to Timothy Horn. Thank you very much. That sold to you. And let's see, what were the other questions? Show me that again. The new one, the Heart. Yeah, this is Heart, self-titled. Robin Glenn, Heart, self-titled. It's got If Looks Could Kill, What About Love, Never, These Dreams, The Wolf, All Eyes, Nobody Home, Nothing at All, What He Don't Know, and Shell Shock. That's new and sealed for $33.99. $33.99 on that. Charles Siebert, the Tina and Janice. Charles Siebert, Tina and Janice. The Janis Joplin is Pearl. It does have a barcode, so that is like an 80s reissue, but no condition notes on that. And then Tina Turner, Acid Queen, vintage copy, $24.99. I mean, they're both vintage, but this is technically a reissue. Let's see when. Sandy V, he bid it right after you. It said 26. Yeah. And then I kind of explained that, you have to put PB 26, but it was pretty much right after you, and I called it going twice, going 3 times, and then did a final call as well. But I never did hear back, but that is sold for 26 to Timothy Horn. Let's see here. Take it. And then is the Eagles new? Jeff Holsworth, no, the Eagles is not new. That's a vintage copy. The Eagles live record, where was that? That one's kind of thick as well. Let's see. Eagles There it is, right there. Yep, Eagles Live. Eagles Live. It has the poster as well. It was $39.99. $39.99. It's a really nice looking copy too, now that I'm really looking at it. $39.99 on that. Who was asking about that? Jeff Holsworth, let me know if you want that. That was $39.99. Yeah, Tina was $24.99 and Janis Joplin was $34.99. $34.99 on that. Charles Siebert, let me know if you want both of those. Robin Glenn wants the Heart record. So Robin Glenn gets Heart. That is sold to Robin Glenn. Just asking price. No problem. Yeah, it's $34.99 on Janis Joplin Pearl and then $24.99 on Tina Turner. What else did I miss? What else did I miss here? ELO price and condition. Larry Warren, that was $19.99, no condition notes. $19.99 on that. $19.99 on that. Pass. I'll see what else is coming up. No problem. No problem on that. 45. Yeah, I need to get another 45 up. Let's get a 45 up for auction. Let's see what we've got here. This one's got some tape on the sleeve. I'm keeping it shut. Let's see. Will it come out? Come on. Gotta dissect this thing a little bit. Come on. There we go. Did not want to come out. This is Cypher Burnt Halos, maybe? Burnt Halos. It's got like a little gimmick cover here. Black and red vinyl. Black and red vinyl. Cypher. This is going to be a $5 start. The Fruits of Toil and Time. $5 start on Cypher. $5 start on that. What else did I miss? Robin Glenn, Neil Diamond. Where was Neil Diamond? Neil Diamond Gold was $14.99. $14.99 Robin Glenn if you want that. Just let me know if you want to make an offer on that. Heart sold. Charles Siebert. Pass on those, no problem. And just making sure I didn't miss anything else. Did he go through? I haven't gone through the flip video bins, Natasha. I think Chad's going to go through those tomorrow and tag everything that got claimed. Everything that got claimed will be tagged by Chad tomorrow. I kind of put those crates to the side. I won't be going through those tonight. I will not be going through those tonight. How about 10? Let's go ahead and sell that to Robin Glenn for $10. That's sold for $10. Cypher is at $5 with Robert Warner. That's at $5 with Robert Warner. We've still got Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. Deja Vu, original press too. This is Tina Turner. Tina Turner, I Can't Stand the Rain, and Let's Pretend We're Married. Brian Ferry, Let's Stick Together. Van Morrison, St. Dominic's Preview. CCR live in Europe. CCR live in Europe. Stevie Wonder, Inner Visions. George Harrison, Somewhere in England. James Brown, live, Hot on the One. The best of Booker T and the MGs. Booker T and the MGs, the best of. And then we have the Blues Project, Planned Obsolescence. Phil Collins, Hello, I Must Be Going. Deep Purple, Who Do We Think We Are? Deep Purple. Blue Oyster Cult, Mirrors. Blue Oyster Cult, Mirrors. And then Aretha Franklin, Aretha. Frank Sinatra, Close to You. That was an import. Rhinoceros. What are flip video bins? Flat Bubba in our group on Facebook. I don't know if he posts those on YouTube or not, but we have a group on Facebook called Whole Lotta Records, and Chad will he'll go through a bunch of crates, showing prices and stuff, like outside of our live sale, and he'll just post a video, and then people will claim records from those in the comments as well. Yeah, that's in our Facebook group called Whole Lotta Records. Let's see. JB Price, and is this best offer? Yeah, this is a best offer crate. Best offer crate. Karen Robbins, the Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. CSNY. Let me set that to the side for now. Sunday Morning Sessions has Cypher for $6. Robert Warner, you've been outbid on that. Where was that? It was further back than I thought. It's $34.99. $14.99 on Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and it is the 4-digit catalog number 1841 Broadway. It's a Presswell pressing. Very nice copy there. That was $34.99, and then Craig Thomas, the James Brown, is $39.99. It's two LPs on the Polydor label, and yeah, it looks like a really nice copy. EX Plus at least. Very nice looking copy of James Brown live. $39.99 on that. Cypher is at $8 with Sunday morning sessions. Robert Warner, you've been outbid again. Next is Rare Earth Ecology, Rare Earth, and then The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. It's a Essential Psych record. Roxy Music, Flesh and Blood. Roxy Music, Flesh and Blood. If anybody wants anything out of here or wants to make an offer on anything, just let me know. Let me know. I'm going to get this crate out of the way. Let's set it right there in my way for now. Or no, maybe set it over here actually. Yeah. Let's set that right over here. All right. Let me see what we've got over here real quick. Let's see. Seeing what John has priced. Let's see what John has priced for us. I don't know if I'm ready to put up a John crate quite yet. I've got another half off crate to go through, so might do that first, but just always have to peek at what John is pricing. Cool. Classic stuff, yeah. Pretty typical John crate. Typical John crate. All right. Let's see. Let's do this half off crate over here. Let's do a half off crate. Half off crate. All right. Let's see. Cypher out. So let's do a final call on Cypher. Cypher is at $8 with Sunday morning sessions. Final call on that. Final call on Cypher. That's at $8 with Sunday morning sessions. And let's go through a half off crate. Half off crate. Got the nice $24.99 from 1969. Keith Emerson, of course, great stuff. It was $24.99. Now it's $12.50. I already forgot that we were doing half off. It's a half off crate. $12.50 for the nice New Riders of the Purple. Well, not the Purple Sage. New Riders, The Adventures of Panama Red. It's a VG copy, just $5 on New Riders. Cliff Richard, Green Light is $5. $5 on that. The Incredible String Band, great band. EX copy, $15. EX, $15. I love the Incredible String Band. Produced by Joe Boyd, also EX, $15. MT Matt on the nice. That is sold to MT Matt. And then we have Hestina Blossom Talk. Hestina Blossom Talk. That's half off for $5. It's a newer record too, from 2016. Just $5 on Hestina String. Incredible String Band. That is sold to Slicker Van Slyke. Sold to Slicker Van Slyke. Panama. Did that sell? No, that's Panama Red right there. That is sold to Slicker Van Slyke as well. And Cypher is sold to Sunday Morning Sessions for $8. That's sold for $8 to Sunday Morning Sessions. What else do we have here? Let's try this one out. Let's do, what's this? Remo Drive Pop Music. Remo Drive Pop Music. It's got Blue Ribbon, Song of the Summer, and Heartstrings on the Epitaph label. And let's see if the vinyl's colored or anything. It's like a translucent blue with red splatter, kind of. Blue with red. Well, pop tab on the label. It's kind of cool. That's going to be a $5 start. And it's got this little download. You won. $5 start on Remo Drive. $5 start on Remo Drive Pop Music. Let's see, Hestina. Hestina is sold to Autumn Betts for half price. It's sold to Autumn Betts for $5. Remo Drive is at $5 with Jim B. And then we have Willie and the Bees. Sound 80 Digital. Willie and the Bees is half off for $12.50. Marshall Tucker Band, Running Like the Wind. That's half off for $7.50. And then Melton, Levi, and the Day Brothers. Great cover though. Half off for $13.50. Half off $13 or $13.50. Ray Campy, Rollin' Rock. Ray Campy, Rockabilly Rebel. That's a 1975 Rockabilly record for $10. $10 on Ray Campy. Let's see. Remo Drive is at $7 with Arnold Adams. That's Remo Drive. REMO Drive. That's at $7 with Arnold Adams. Arnold Adams has that for $7. Decent average on that 45. Well, maybe someone will get a good deal on it. We'll see. It's only at $7 with Arnold Adams right now. Melton is sold to Autumn Betts. Next in the crate, T-Bone Burnett, Proof Through the Night. That's half off for $10. T-Bone Burnett, $10. Paul Sponable on Ray Campy. That's sold to Paul Sponable. And then Gene Summers, Mr. Rock and Roll, Gene Summers. That is a Swiss rockabilly record from 1977. Half off price is $15. $15 on Gene Summers. And then The Shadows of Night, Backdoor Men. It's a Sunday's reissue. Half off for $12.50. $12.50 on The Shadows of Night. The Reducers. The Reducers is half off for $10. It's a power pop record from 1984. Remo Drive is going twice, going 3 times. And now it's at $8 with Jim B. Jim B has Remo Drive for $8. Arnold Adams, you have been outbid. And Natasha Pickett, you have also been outbid. That's at $8 with Jim B. Next is Eric Clapton, August. That's half off for $15. Steve Kahn, Evidence. It was $24.99. Now it's $12.50. Just want to see if it's a promo label. It's got a promo sticker. It is not a promo label, but that is $12.50 for Steve Kahn, Evidence. Les McCann, Unlimited in person. Les McCann, half off for $5. Rolling Stones, Still Life, American Concert 1981. Half off for $17.50. No condition notes on that. Lionel Richie, Can't Slow Down is $5. Lionel Richie, $5. The Honey Drippers, Volume 1 is $12.50. Walter Carlos, Sonic Seasonings. Walter Carlos, that's Trans Electronic Music Productions, Inc. presents Walter Carlos Sonic Seasonings. That's $12.50. $12.50 on that. Remo Drive is going twice, going 3 times. Going twice, going 3 times. That is at $8 with Jim B. Should tell Chad to use this view. I know people have told him that they like this view, but he likes that angled view. I don't know. I like the straight up view a little bit better, but I don't know. Every time he gets on, tell him to straighten it up. Lionel Richie. Lionel is sold to Lonnie Jolly. Lonnie Jolly got Lionel Richie. That is sold to Lonnie Jolly. And what's up, Rob Gates? Now, let's do Final Call. Final Call on Remo Drive. Final Call on Remo Drive. Let's see, WC, that's Walter Carlos. That is sold to Slicker Van Slyke. Thank you. That is sold to you. And yeah, we are in a Final Call on Remo Drive. Randy Newman, Sail Away. That's a VG Plus copy, just $7.50 for Randy Newman. The Ironsides, Changing Light. This is a lush soundtrack of atmospheric instrumentals. That is unopened. It's on Blue Swirl vinyl. It was $40. Now it's $20. $20 on the Ironsides, Changing Light. $20 on that. And then Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Love Beach, ELP. No condition notes, $7.50. Marvin Gaye, Romantically Yours. Marvin Gaye is half off for just $10. $10 on Marvin Gaye. $10 on that. The Johnny Moped Bootleg Tapes, Volumes 1 and 2. That was $29.99. It's a 2007 UK import, sealed, and it is now $15. The Johnny Moped Bootleg Tapes, Volumes 1 and 2. And that is $15. $15 on that. Let me mute my mic for just 1 second. Just 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Had a strange phone call come in or text come in from someone that I don't think I've ever texted or called, and they texted and said, "Who are you and why are you calling me? Don't call me." I was like, I've never called or texted this number in my life, but this is sold. That is sold. I think that was to Jim B, right? Is that Jim B? Yeah, Jim B got that for $8. That was Remo Drive. That sold to Jim B for $8. Let's see what is next. Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye is sold to Lonnie Jolly. Donna Turner, you were second to ask a price on it. Mike Massey on Johnny Moped. That's sold to Mike Massey. Let me get a new empty crate set up. Let's get another empty crate lined up and ready to fill up. Something like that. There we go. All right. Time to get another 45 up. Let's see. What do we have? What's over here? Just trying to grab some random ones out of here. What is this? Let's do this one here. Clothesline. NB Rising, maybe? Crisis Never Ends. I don't know. Clothesline. This definitely looks like a hardcore punk single to me. If I can even get it out of the sleeve, man, it's tight. Yeah, Clothesline. We Don't Take Part in My Dedication. And then Crisis Never Ends. The Rise and Fall of Hope. This is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Clothesline. $5 start on that. $5 start on Clothesline. Next in the crate, we're going through a half off crate. This is Kiwi Jr. Cooler returns the loser edition from Sub Pop. Sealed on white vinyl for $10. $10 on Kiwi Jr. And then we've got Bay of Mexico, the songs of Bob Holmes. Was it L.S. Armbruster? Something like that. That is sealed for just $10. Sealed for $10. Bay of Mexico. Bobby Orosa, This Love. Bobby Orosa is sealed. That's a funk soul record from 2019 for $12.50. $12.50 on that. Japan Psycho Bomb. That is a Psychobilly record from 1993, half off for $13.50. $13.50. Some Psychobilly there. George Benson, Body Talk. George Benson is $10. Moving with Nancy. That's Nancy Sinatra, Moving with Nancy. That is a German import, half off for $15. Tess. This is the soundtrack to the movie Tess, a Roman Polanski movie. No condition notes on the vinyl. 17, or not 17, but just $7.50. $7.50 for Tess. Psycho Bomb. Psycho Bomb is sold to Brian Call. Brian Call on Psycho Bomb. Going twice, going three times on Clothesline. We're looking for a $5 start. $5 start on that. Mamas and the Papas, People Like Us. That's a VG Plus copy, $8.50. The Sounds of Simon, that's Joe Simon, $10. No condition notes on Joe Simon. And then The Movies, India. That is a power pop record from 1980. That is half off for $5. Final call to get a $5 start on Clothesline. Philip Holt, the Nancy was Moving with Nancy. It's a 1967 German import. No condition notes on the vinyl. It's just $15. $15. And yeah, the vinyl on this is very nice. Very nice. $15 on Nancy Sinatra. $15 on that. GB, John Dodd. I believe that was for, there was a George Benson in here, right? Yep. George Benson is sold to John Dodd. Thank you very much. Next, Coast to Coast. Jerry Sims and Friends. Coast to Coast is an R&B record from 1984. $10 on Jerry Sims and Friends. Next, Ry Cooder. Paradise and Lunch is $10. Ry Cooder is $10. And Clothesline has a $5 bid. Clothesline has a $5 bid with Jeff Brindley. And let's see, what did I miss? Oh yeah, Philip Holt. Philip Holt on Nancy Sinatra. That is sold to Philip Holt. Thank you very much. Let's see. Did I miss anything else? Is that from this? Yep. Natasha Kinski. $7.50. If you want Tessa, $7.50 on that. But the single is going twice, going three times. That's at $5 with Jeff Brindley now. Cat Stevens, Buddha and the Chocolate Box. Cat Stevens is half off for $7.50, $7.50 on that. Lloyd Price of the ABC collection is $7.50, $7.50 on Lloyd Price. Big Boss Band, here's another George Benson. This is George Benson Big Boss Band. I don't think I see this one too often. Yeah, from 1990. It's $7.50 for George Benson, $7.50 on that. And then Jeremy Dormouse, Toad. This is originally a really rare and quite expensive record. This is obviously a reissue. It's half price for just $10. Kind of a weird folk record, strange folk record there, $10 on Jeremy Dormouse. I think it may be Canadian. I think he might have been a Canadian dude doing some folk. It's in the Acid Archives and all that, if you like that kind of stuff. Let's see, Bay of Mexico is sold to Jetstream. That's sold to Jetstream. And Clothesline is sold to Jeff Brindley for $5. That is sold to Jeff Brindley for $5, and it is 6:32. It is time to start putting up some of these auctions. I have no idea what we have here. Oh wow, this is a sealed OG. Well, this should be interesting. Let's go ahead and start it out with Wilson Pickett. I had no idea this was a sealed copy. We believe this is an original 1968 U.S. copy of Wilson Pickett, I'm in Love. It's a stereo copy, sealed. It's got the right looking like breathe holes and everything. It's got to be an original seal. This is a very nice looking copy. Wow, cool. That is from 1968. We believe it's a US OG based on the catalog number and everything. It's going to be a $35 start. $35 start on Wilson Pickett. Skip JD. Oh, the Jeremy Dormouse. Yeah, that's not sealed. It is open. Jim D. Or Jim B. I don't know where the D came from. Jim B. I think I was looking at your claim of JD and auto-corrected my brain to JD or like Jim D. I don't know. But yeah, you know who I'm talking about. That is still available if anybody wants Jeremy Dormouse. And we're looking for a $35 start on Wilson Pickett. I'm in Love. It's a sealed OG US copy. Climax featuring Sonny Garassi. Garassi Climax is $5. $5 on that. $5. Bob James, hands down. Bob James is half off for $5. $5 on Bob James. Wilson Pickett is at $35 with Jason Boxell. It is going to sell to somebody. That's at $35 with Jason Boxell. Then we have Gary Wright. Gary Wright, The Light of Smiles. Gary Wright, The Light of Smiles is $7.50. $7.50 on Gary Wright. And then Slade, that's Slade Alive Volume 2. It does have some tape on the top seam here. Half off, $12.50. $12.50 on Slade. Neil Young and Crazy Horse Reactor. Neil Young is $10. Just $10 on Neil Young. Precious and Few on Climax. Let me see. Precious and Few. Yes, it is. Precious and Few is the last track on the first side. It's $5 if you want that. Robin Glenn. Wilson Pickett is going twice, going 3 times. That's at $35 with Jason Boxell. Then Linda Hargrove. Linda Hargrove Music is Your Mistress. That is a promo copy from 1973. $7.50. $7.50 on Linda Hargrove White Label promo. $7.50 on that. And this is Johnny Winter, Serious Business. Johnny Winter is $10. $10 on that. And where did I put that Climax record? There it is. That's sold to Robin Glenn for $5. Any more Modern Life is War 45s? Yeah, I think so. I think, well, there are at least, it's like 1 or 2 from the same label, I think. Is it the label or the artist? Let me see here. What's going on with this? I think, yeah. Let's do this. Let's put this single up. This is, yeah, Modern Life is War, and this one is Revival, Fires, and Indianapolis Talking Blues. It's going to be a $5 start. It's on white vinyl. $5 start on Modern Life is War, Indianapolis Talking Blues, and Revival, Fire on white vinyl. $5 start on that. $5 start on that. Final call on Wilson Pickett. That's at 35 with Jason Boxell. Final call. Michael Peevler on Johnny Winter. Johnny Winter is sold to Michael Peevler. And Modern Life is War is at $5 with Darren. Darren has Modern Life is War at $5. And then Johnny Smith on the Verve label, self-titled. No condition notes, $10. $10 on Johnny Smith. And Whitney Houston, self-titled, is $12.50. $12.50 on that. $12.50 on that. Let's see, TRIB. Was it Tribulation Work Songs? Is that what your bid is? Craig Thomas is at 11 for Tribulation Work Songs Volume 2. If so, that is with you at $11 and everyone else is out. Lonnie Jolly on Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston is sold to Lonnie Jolly. That's sold to Lonnie Jolly. Thank you very much. And let's go ahead and sell Wilson Pickett, sealed OG copy. That is sold to Jason Boxell for $35. That is sold for $35 to Jason Boxell. I'm just going to go in order as they are set out in the crate over here. This is pretty cool looking. It's a compilation. This is Paul Chambers and John Coltrane. Paul Chambers and John Coltrane. This is called High Step. It's from 1975, 2 LPs, and we've graded it VG+. And this is going to be a $20 start on the Blue Note label, the Blue Note reissue series. $20 start on Paul Chambers and John Coltrane. A nice looking VG+ copy. This should play very well. $20 start on that. It does have the sticker up here. It came from a radio station. It even has a little stamp back here, property of WCMF. But this is going to be a $20 start on Paul Chambers and John Coltrane. Paul Chambers, and that is at $20 with John Dodd. Let's do a final call. Final call on Modern Life is War. Final call on that. That's at $11 with Craig Thomas. Final call. Everyone else is out. Let me recap this crate very quickly. If anyone needs the price or anything or wants to claim anything, just let me know. Cliff Richard, Green Light. Willie and the Bees, Sound 80. Digital, the Marshall Tucker Band, Running Like the Wind. T-Bone Burnett, Proof Through the Night. Gene Summers, Mr. Rock and Roll. The Shadows of Night, Backdoor Men, Sundays reissued. The Reducers, still available. Eric Clapton, August. Steve Kahn, Evidence. Les McCann, Unlimited, In Person. Rolling Stones, Still Life, still available for half price. The Honey Drippers, Volume 1. Randy Newman, Sail Away. Paul Chambers is at 25 with John Dodd. Thomas Reed, you have been outbid. And I'm going to go ahead and sell Modern Life is War to Craig Thomas. That's sold to Craig Thomas for $11. Thank you, Craig. That is sold to you for $11. Get this in order with the others. And Aaron Below on Shadows of Night. Shadows of Night is sold to Aaron Below. Thank you very much. We do not have any of this year's Record Store Day. No, we don't participate in Record Store Day. Let's see, Gene Summers price. Gene Summers, where was Gene Summers? There it is. Gene Summers is $15. $15. Paul Sponable, if you want that, it's $15. Charles Siebert Marshall Tucker Band, I believe was $7.50. I think it was $7.50. Yeah, $7.50 on Marshall Tucker Band. Aiden Donahue. Johnny Winter. We had a Johnny Winter. I think it's sold. Yeah, Johnny Winter was down here. It already sold. That one already sold. And John Dodd said he's out on Paul Chambers. That's at $28 with Thomas Reed. That's going twice, going 3 times. Paul Chambers and John Coltrane, 2 LP compilation. That's at $28 with Thomas Reed, going twice, going 3 times. And what else do we have over here? I don't know. Let's see. What do I have in the 45 category here? 45 auctions. Perhaps. What is this? Let's do this. All right. Looks like this one is called Scalped. Scalped. S-C-A-L-P-E-D. Scalped. Scalped. This sounds wrong. I don't know. Blank labels. Maybe a test pressing type thing. Scalped. $5 start. Scalped. San Francisco Hardcore. $5 start on Scalped. $5 start on that. $5 start on that. Let's see. The Pantera, Kenneth Blair Pantera Vulgar Display of Power is a 2 LP. It's cut over 2 LPs, $49.99. Cut from the original high definition masters from Rhino. New and sealed copy, $49.99. Kenneth Blair if you want that. And what else did I miss? How much is August? August. What was August? Jeremy Merck. August. Oh, the Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton is $15. $15 on that. Jeremy Merck, if you want that. Willie and the Bees. Jetstream. Willie and the Bees is half off for $12.50. Christopher S. The Randy Newman was VG Plus, and it's $7.50. VG Plus, $7.50. I'll take Gene Summers. Where was that? Did I put it in the back? Yep. Gene Summers is sold to Paul Sponable over on YouTube. Looking for a $5 start on Scalped. I'm going to go ahead and sell Paul Chambers and John Coltrane for $28 to Thomas Reed. Thomas Reed gets Paul Chambers and John Coltrane High Step for $28. Let me get this thing put back together. It's sold for $28. Thank you very much. And what else did I miss here? Christopher S. is going to take the Randy. That is sold. Dennis Daly, the Honey Drippers, is $12.50. $12.50 on that. And Willie sold. Willie. There's Willie and the Bees. That is sold to Jetstream. And Eric Clapton August is sold to Jeremy Merck. We're selling a lot of these now. Final call to get a $5 start on the Scalped single. Next, going up for auction. It is not an RL, but it is a 1969 US copy of Led Zeppelin 2. Classic. Everyone needs to have a copy of Led Zeppelin 2 in their collection. It's not an RL. It does have the company inner sleeve, and it's a strong VG. Yeah, it is. It is a very strong VG. This will play great for sure. This is going to be a $25 start. $25 start on Led Zeppelin 2. $25 start on that. It's a Presswell press from 1969. 1969 Led Zeppelin 2 VG copy. $25 start on that. Excuse me, Jeff Brindley bid 5 on Scalped, and then Darren bid 7, so that is at $7 with Darren. Thank you. And let's keep going through. The Ironsides Changing Light. It's on blue vinyl. Emerson, Lake and Palmer Love Beach is half off. Kiwi Jr. Cooler returns. Bobby Orosa This Love is still available. Mamas and the Papas People Like Us. Joe Simon The Sounds of Simon, punk or metal 7 inches. We've got one up right now. We've got a hardcore punk single up for auction right now, David Sparacino. That is at $7 with Darren on Facebook. Kenneth Blair is in on Led Zeppelin at $25. That's at $25 with Kenneth Blair going once, going twice. And then we have The Movies India. The Movies India is, $5. It's a power pop record. Coast to Coast, that's Jerry, Sims, and Friends. Ry Cooder, Paradise, and Lunch. Tess, that is the soundtrack to the movie Tess. Cat Stevens, Buddha and the Chocolate Box. These are all half price. If you need prices, let me know. Lloyd Price, still available. George Benson, Big Boss Band, still available. Jeremy Dormouse, Toad. Bob James, hands down Bob James. And then Gary Wright, The Light of Smiles. The Light of Smiles, Slade Alive Volume 2, Slade. And then we have Neil Young, Reactor. Linda Hargrove, Music is Your Mistress. It's a white label promo. And then Johnny Smith, Aaron Below, Movies. Was it the Test soundtrack or was there something else? Oh, the Movies, there it is. Yeah, the Power Pop record. Movies, that is sold to Aaron Below. Final call on the Scalped 7-inch. Jeff Brindley, let me know if you want back in. That is at $7. Yeah, here's the 7-inch. It's called Scalped, SCALPED. I'm not 100% sure if it's a test pressing, but it's the labels are very minimal looking. And yeah, it says San Francisco Hardcore, Scalped. It's got At a Cross, Effort, Lost Cause, and Distance. And that is up for auction, and it is at $7, I believe. $7 with Darren. And yeah, that is a final call. Let me know if you want to bid on that. If not, I'm going to go ahead and sell it. Let's see. Craig Weatherford on Bob. What was Bob James? That sold to Craig Weatherford. Thank you very much. That is sold to you. And final call on Led Zeppelin 2. Led Zeppelin 2 is a final call. That's at $25 with Kenneth Blair. Final call on Led Zeppelin 2. Final call on that. I'm going to get this crate out of the way. If anyone needs prices or condition or wants to claim anything like that, just let me know. And I think it's time to go through a John crate. I believe it's time to go through our first John crate. Let's do a check condition crate to start out. Check condition right on top here. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what there is. Oh, cool. Definitely some good stuff in here. I would not be surprised if we completely sell everything in this crate, but we'll see. We will see. These are going to be full sticker price, of course. These will be sticker price. Before I go through it, though, I am going to sell both of our auctions. Scalped is sold for $7. Scalped is sold to Darren for $7 on Facebook there. And then Led Zeppelin 2 is sold to Kenneth Blair for just one bid. Just one bid on Led Zeppelin 2. That is sold to Kenneth Blair for $25. I'm really not much of a fan of these 4mm sleeves, but we're doing it anyways. Let's see. Led Zeppelin 2 is sold for $25 to Kenneth Blair. That is sold to Kenneth Blair. Thank you very much. Let's get an LP and a 45 up for auction. LP and 45 up for auction. This is the Chocolate Watch Band. It's the best of the Chocolate Watch Band. Great stuff. Love their version of I'm Not Like Everybody Else. Like all the garage bands kind of did that, but they do a really good version of it. And yeah, it's a 1983 Rhino compilation featuring album tracks, singles, and a previously unreleased track. It's going to be a $25 start. $25 start on the Chocolate Watch Band. $25 start on that. And we have one more Modern Life is War to put up for auction. This one is Lonesome Valley Ammunitions. Yeah, Lonesome Valley Ammunitions and Feels Like End Times. This is Tribulation Work Songs Volume 1. This one is on black vinyl. This is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on that. Aaron Below is in on the Chocolate Watch Band at $25. Going to mute my mic for just 1 second. All right, I am back. Any New York hardcore? I'm not sure. I really don't know where any of these punk bands are from. These are a lot of like more modern punk singles and kind of obscure. I'm really not sure where most of these bands are from, but I will be putting up singles one at a time as the night goes on. So I guess just kind of stay tuned. It's all random. Definitely all random. Let's get into this crate. We do have a $5 bid on Modern Life is War. That's at 5 with Darren on Facebook. On Once Going Twice, and Chocolate Watch Band is at 25. Also going Once Going Twice. This is a new arrival crate. Stuff that John priced today. These are all sticker price. They're all check condition. Humble Pie, rock on. Humble Pie is EX 17.99. Arthur Conley, Sweet Soul Music. Arthur Conley is VG for $24.99. Wishbone Ash, Pilgrimage. Wishbone Ash is VG Plus for $14.99. Robert Plant Pictures at 11. That's VG Plus for $14.99. Molly Hatchet, Beating the Odds. Molly Hatchet is EX 17.99. Steve Miller Band, Rock Love is VG Plus for $14.99. The Ozark Mountain Daredevils, Don't Look Down is VG Plus for $9.99. Humble Pie is Smokin'. Humble Pie is VG Plus $14.99. Let me steady the camera. I accidentally bumped it with my shoulder. Small Faces. This is Small Faces, self-titled, VG Plus $19.99. It's a UK import of some sort. Small Faces. Cool. Small Faces, VG Plus $19.99. Modern Life is War is at $7 with Craig Thomas. Chocolate Watch Band going twice, going 3 times. That's at 25 with Aaron Below. Going twice, going 3 times. OMD. OMD. Ozark Mountain Daredevils. That is sold to Aaron Below. When I first saw that, I thought it was Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, and I was like, when did we have that? But Molly Hatchet is sold to Todd Fisher. Then HP. HP was Humble Pie. Humble Pie is sold to MT Matt. Soft Machine has not gone up yet. Soft Machine has not gone up yet. Ryan Mustaine. Final call on both. Well, actually, no. Darren is back in on the Modern Life is War. That's at $8 with Darren. Craig Thomas, you've been outbid. That's at $8 with Darren. And final call on the Chocolate Watch Band. That's at 25 with Aaron Below. Final call on that. All right. Next, Slime the Family Stone. There's a riot going on. Man, this is a classic record. VG, it's just $14.99. It's $14.99 for Sly and the Family Stone. The other Humble Pie. Oh, there was another Humble Pie. Did you want both of them or just this one, MT Matt? Sorry, I didn't realize that there were 2 Humble Pies already in this crate. Did you want both or just Smokin'? Just let me know. I know you definitely want the Smokin' one. Let me know if you want Rock On. Only Smokin'. Okay, no problem. If anyone wants Humble Pie, Rock On, that is still available. Sorry about that, MT Matt. Next in the crate, the Yardbirds Great, not greatest, but just great hits. The Yardbirds Great Hits is VG Plus for $17.99. Alt. ALT. What was ALT? Aaron Below. Did I miss something? What was ALT? Might have missed something there. ALT. Oh, ignore all. Okay. Thanks. I was like, what is that? It's Sly. Sly and the Family Stone is sold to Jeremy Merck. I am going to go ahead and, yeah, speaking of Aaron Below, let's sell the Chocolate Watch Band to Aaron Below. That is sold for $25 to Aaron Below. That is sold to Aaron Below for $25. That is sold to Aaron Below for $25. And final call on Modern Life is War. Final call on that. The high bid on that one is $9 with Craig Thomas. Final call on that. No problem, Aaron. No problem. Just making sure I didn't miss something. So we got that 45 up. It's a final call. As these are laid out, I'm just kind of going through these one at a time. So I'm just going to go through these auctions in order as they are laid out for me. And oh, cool, it's got the poster. This is Cream. This is Goodbye Cream, goodbye. Great stuff. I'm so glad. Badge, Politician, great stuff here. Yeah, great tracks on this one. It's on the original Atco label. It's an OG 1969 Pittman pressing. It's in EX condition. The vinyl is in really nice shape. Very nice copy here. It's got the company inner sleeve and the poster. There's the poster. Let's unfold this very carefully here. Yeah, 4-panel poster here. Very nice. Farewell from Cream. Very cool. It does have some pinholes. It looks like it was put up at some point, but it was done very carefully, I'll say. This is going to be just a $25 start. Cream, $25 start with the poster and company inner sleeve. Let's go ahead and sell Modern Life is War. Modern Life is War is sold to Craig Thomas for $9. That's sold to Craig Thomas for $9. Let's go ahead and grab another 45. Let's see what this is. Let's see. I don't think that's, what is this? This is Breeders. I don't think it's the Breeders. It's like, or is it the Breeders? I don't know. Waiting in the Car and Joanne. Is that the Breeders? I can't tell what that's supposed to be, like HT or THT. Maybe it is the Breeders. But that is Waiting in the Car and Joanne. It's sealed. It is sealed, and this is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Breeders. $5 start on that. $5 start on that. Yep, 45s will be auctioned at the same time as the LPs. And Cream does have a bid of 25 with Jetstream. Cover condition, Jason, let me take a peek at it. Let's inspect this thoroughly. It's really not bad. There's just like some light shelf wear. If I was gonna like list this on Discogs, I would probably put VG just to be like real conservative, but realistically it's probably closer to like a VG plus. There's like not much ring wear, maybe just a little bit on the back, just a little bit on the back. Then the inside of the gatefold is very nice, very light shelf wear on it. But yeah, strong VG, light VG plus, something like that. It is a nice nice cover though. And that's at 25 with Jetstream, and the vinyl on the Cream is at 25, so it is the Breeders. Okay, thank you, Aaron, for letting me know. That is at $6. That's at $6 with Kenneth Blair. Craig Thomas, you've been outbid. Cream is going once, going twice with Jetstream for 25. Do we have any Depeche Mode? I know we do have like new vinyl of Depeche Mode, but I don't know where. Let me just, since you asked, let me go through one crate very quickly, because I feel like I might have seen it in one of the crates on this side. Yeah, there's a couple right there. I thought I remembered seeing that. So we have Depeche Mode Set in Stone, and that's on yellow vinyl, new and sealed for $29.99. That's a live radio broadcast. And then we have Depeche Mode, The Best Of, Volume 2, and that is 3 LPs. The Best Of Depeche Mode, Volume 1, that is sealed for $69.99. Sealed for $69.99. MG Sanchez, if you want either of those, just let me know. MG Sanchez, hey, that's you. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming by. And yeah, there's a couple Depeche Modes there if you are interested in those. And the Breeders is at $10 with Craig Thomas. Kenneth Blair, let me know if you want back in. And Cream, Goodbye Cream, is going twice, going 3 times. That's at $25 with Jetstream. Let's keep going through this new arrival crate that John marked for us today. We have 10 Years After, Cricklewood Creek. 10 Years After is VG for $9.99. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, Stranger in Town. Bob Seger is VG plus $17.99. $17.99 on Bob Seger. And then Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels, Take a Ride. Mitch Ryder is VG plus $9.99. The Tams, A Little More Soul. The Tams is a VG copy for $12.99. The Steve Miller Band, Book of Dreams, is VG for just $9.99. Billy Joel, Piano Man. Billy Joel is also VG, $9.99. And then Riding Shotgun, that's Jesse Coulter. It's a VG Plus copy for $9.99. And then Heart, Dog, and Butterfly. Heart, Dog, and Butterfly is VG Plus for $17.99. And then the Best of the Doobies. The Doobie Brothers Best of is an EX copy for $12.99. Final call on both auctions. I might have already said final call on that, I'm not sure, but that is a nice copy with the poster and everything. Final call on Cream, that's at $25 with Jetstream. Final call, and final call on the Breeders, that is at $10 with Craig Thomas. Final call on both. Just a few more records in the crate. After I finish going through this, if there are no more bids, I'm going to sell both auctions. Still got Nazareth, the Full Circle, that is VG Plus for $14.99. Karen Mills on the Doobie Brothers, that's sold to Karen Mills. Next in the crate, the Vogues, You're the One. The Vogues, You're the One, Meet the Vogues. That is a VG Plus copy, still mostly in shrink wrap, $9.99. Jethro Tull, Aqualung. Jethro Tull is VG Plus for $14.99. Another classic there. What songs are on the Tams? Let me see real quick. The Tams has Be Young, Be Foolish, Be Happy. The Letter, Down in the Boondocks, All My Hard Times. Louie Louie, To the Aisle. That Same Old Song, A Little More Soul, Thank You for My Baby. Double Shot, and For the Love of a Woman. Let me know if you want that. Chuck Hawley, the Doobie Brothers already sold. And got just a couple more records left in here. America is VG Plus for $14.99. The Ozark Mountain Daredevils is VG Plus $14.99. And Bob Dylan, self-titled. This is in shrink wrap. It is a 1967 pressing, VG Plus, though, for $29.99. VG Plus in shrink. VG Plus in shrink for $29.99 on that. So the Breeders is sold for $10 to Craig Thomas, and Cream is also sold. Cream, that's Goodbye Cream, that is sold to Jetstream for just one bid of $25. Jetstream got Cream for $25. Let me get this in the sleeve and get the inner sleeve and poster put back in there with it. Those are in there, and there is the LP. All right. That is sold to Jetstream. That's sold to Jetstream for $25. Thank you very much. That is sold. And let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Chuck Hawley was second on the Doobie Brothers. Vogues. Chuck Hawley on the Vogues. The Vogues, there it is. That's sold to Chuck Hawley. That is sold to you. She has those two Depeche Modes. No problem. Never hurts to ask. If I come across any more over here, I will let you know. Let's see. Mitch Ryder. Mitch Ryder. There he is. Mitch Ryder sold to Darren over on Facebook. Thank you very much. BD, that's Bob Dylan. That's sold to Alden Betts. That was a nice copy. And then Aidan Donahue, you were second on Bob Dylan. Tams. The Tams is sold to Karen Mills. Karen Mills got the Tams. That is sold. And who got the Kids 45s last night? I am not sure. I am not sure what happened with the 45s from last night. I didn't watch the sale or anything like that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put this one up for auction. This is the it's in the beginning, the Isley Brothers and Jimi Hendrix. Light splitting starting to happen on the top and bottom seams there, but this is a 1971 original, and Laura has graded this EX condition, and this is going to be a $25 start. $25 start on the Isley Brothers and Jimi Hendrix. $25 start on that. Let's get another single up. Let's put up another 7-inch single. And this is also the Breeders. Let's see. Oh, it's the same songs, but I think it has a different cover. I don't know if the vinyl's a different color or not, but let's go ahead and put this one up too. I'm not sure what the difference is, but It's definitely a different cover. Let's see. Yeah, that was the one we just did, and that's this one. I don't know. The Breeders. That one's going to go for a $5 start as well. That is the Breeders. That's a $5 start. And yeah, looking for a $25 start on the Isley Brothers and Jimi Hendrix. And let's see. Yeah, let's recap this crate very quickly. If you need to know the condition or price on anything, just let me know. I'm just going to read the artist name and title. Arthur Conley, Sweet Soul Music. Wishbone Ash, Pilgrimage, probably their second best album behind Argus. Still very good, though. And then Robert Plant, Pictures at 11. Steve Miller Band, Rock Love. Small Faces, UK import. That is still available, surprisingly. Humble Pie, Rock On, also still available. The Yardbirds, Greatest Hits, or Great Hits by the Yardbirds, 10 Years After. Cricklewood Creek. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, Stranger in Town. Steve Miller Band, Book of Dreams. Billy Joel, Piano Man. This is Jesse Coulter, Riding Shotgun. Heart, that's Dog and Butterfly. Nazareth, The Full Circle. Jethro Tull, Aqualung. America. America, let's see. This is the one that has Horse with No Name, right? Yeah, Horse with No Name is on that one. And then the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, also available. Aidan Donahue is in on the Isley Brothers and Hendrix at 25, so that's at 25 with Aidan Donahue. And the Breeders is at 7 with Jim B. Kenneth Blair, You Have Been Outbid. Both of those are going once, going twice. Going once, going twice. Give me just 1 second. 1 second. All right. Just had to check quickly on the Braves game. I figured it was probably going to be in a rain delay. Since we got hit with rain pretty hard today, I figured it would move down there. Ozark Mountain Daredevils is sold to Aidan Donahue. Price on Billy Joel, Piano Man. Dennis Staley, I believe it was a VG copy for $9.99. $9.99 on Billy Joel. And then America. Where was it? Did I already... No, yeah, it's just right here. How much for America? That's VG Plus for $14.99. VG Plus $14.99. Cheryl Burns, I will look into that tomorrow. I don't know if they're making Kiss 45s anymore, but I'll definitely look. Let's see, Kiss 45s, Cheryl Barnes. I will look into that. But I feel like they probably don't make them, but if they do, then I'll try to get some. I would be kind of surprised if they don't. They should, because I know they like money. I know Gene Simmons likes money a lot. So if they do make 45s for Kiss, I will look into that and order some. But if anyone needs anything out of here, just let me know. Chadwick Smith also has, okay, yeah, America, and then Dennis Staley. That was $9.99. If anyone needs anything out of there, just let me know. What to do? I guess we'll do another John Crate. Let's do another John Crate. That one went pretty well. Let's see what's in this crate here. What is in here? Looks like he went through some stuff alphabetically. There's a lot of stuff in here with like the same letters. So that'll be interesting when it goes to claiming and pulling the right stuff. Let's see. Yeah, let's do this crate. Let's go through this crate right here. Yeah, I don't know if I did or not. I meant to say final call on both auctions, though. Final call on both auctions. That's at 25. This is at 10, I believe. Or was it at 10? 7. Final call with Jim B. Final call on both. Final call on both. Dennis Staley is going to get the Piano Man. All right, so Dennis Staley got Piano Man by Billy Joel. That is sold. And anything else? Anything else? Pass on it. And All right. Let's just go ahead and sell these. Let's sell these auctions. Osley Brothers is sold for 25 bucks, right? This is sold to Aiden Donahue for 25. That's sold for $25. That's sold for $25. And then the Breeders is sold for $7. Breeders is sold to Jim B for $7. That is sold for $7. And what's our next auction going to be? This one right here. Oh, cool. It is a reissue, but at least it's a very vintage reissue. This, it says 66. It's got the Liberty thing. That would probably be 67 or 68. Let's see. This is the Jazz Messengers at the Cafe Bohemia Volume 1. At the Cafe Bohemia Volume 1. And this is marked as 66. I don't know if they were putting Liberty, a division of Liberty Records on the label in 66. So I think this is 67 or 68 maybe. But it is a mono reissue and it's in EX condition. It's in great shape. It's going to be a $35 start. $35 start on the Jazz Messengers. $35 start on that. $35 start. And let's see. What are we going to put up next? Let's do this one. This is sealed. This is the Blind Boys of Alabama featuring Bela Fleck. Blind Boys of Alabama featuring Bela Fleck. I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. And this is sealed. It's going to be a $5 start. $5 start on the Blind Boys of Alabama. $5 start on that. And let's see. Did I miss anything else? Nope. This is, yeah, these are going to be sticker price. These are new arrivals from John. He marked these today. Next, or first in the crate here is Willie and Leon. It's Willie Nelson and Leon Russell. One for the road, no condition there. It's $24.99. Alabama Live. Alabama Live is $9.99. Robin Trower, Bridge of Size. Great stuff, $24.99. Linda Ronstadt, Greatest Hits, $9.99. Johnny Rivers is $14.99. REO Speedwagon, A Decade of Rock and Roll, 1970 to 1980. That's $34.99 for REO Speedwagon. This is the Rolling Stones, Sucking in the 70s, $34.99. Jazz Messengers. We had it marked for 66. I think it might be just a year or two after that because it does say a division of Liberty Records. But it's an EX copy. It's really nice, Brent. It's a late 60s press. This is going to be... we're looking for a $35 start. It is a mono copy as well. Mono on the Blue Note Liberty label. It's a $35 start, and we are looking for a $5 start on Blind Boys of Alabama. And let's see, Aiden Donahue on Willie and Leon. That is sold to Aiden Donahue. That is sold to you. And then Robin Glenn on Linda Ronstadt. Linda Ronstadt is sold to Robin Glenn. Todd Fisher, you were second. Art Blakey is at 35 with David Hoy. David Hoy has that for 35. Brent, you are out. You are out. And final call to get a $5 start on Blind Boys of Alabama. No problem, Brent. You were still second to get a bid in. That's at 35 with David Hoy. David Hoy does have that for 35. Next is the Best of Bread, $14.99 on that. King Federal Rockabilly's 14 hits. That is $19.99. Village People Go West is $14.99. Faces, A Nod is as Good as a Wink. Faces is $39.99. And then Santana, The Swing of Delight. Santana is $34.99. Todd Rundgren, Back to the Bars. Todd Rundgren, Back to the Bars, $29.99. Night Ranger, Seven Wishes is $24.99. John Cougar, Nothing Matters, and What If It Did is $19.99. Chicago 17. Chicago 17 is $14.99. Brent bid $38, and then David Hoy is right back in at $40. The Blind Boys of Alabama is a $5 start or $5 buy now. If anybody wants that, Blind Boys of Alabama with Bela Fleck is a $5 buy it now. How much is the best of Depeche Mode? Mason over on YouTube, it is $69.99. It is a 3 LP best of compilation sealed for $69.99. If you want that, $69.99, just let me know. And yeah, Art Blakey, Jazz Messengers is at $40 with David Hoy. Price on REO Speedwagon, Dennis Staley, that was something. What was it? It was a 2 LP comp. Where is it? REO Speedwagon, $34.99, $34.99 on that 2 LP compilation. Jazz Messengers is at $45 with Brent Ribley now. And let's see what we have for singles here. Some of the song titles on this are great. This is Archie and the Pukes. It's got Straight Edge, People Suck, I Got Worms, Ass Grabber, Idiot, and Human Butcher. This is on black vinyl, Archie and the Pukes, and this is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Archie and the Pukes. David Hoy, let me know if you want back in on the Jazz Messengers, and he does, right when I asked. That's at $48 with David Hoy. Brent Ribley, you've been outbid. Next is Ted Nugent, State of Shock. Ted Nugent is $14.99. Diana Ross and the Supremes sing and perform Funny Girl, $14.99. Grace Slick and Jefferson Starship, yeah. Jefferson Starship, Dragonfly, $14.99 on that. Hank Williams Jr., Man of Steel, that is in shrink with hype sticker, $24.99 on Hank Williams Jr. Willie Nelson, Tougher Than Leather. Willie Nelson is $14.99. George Jones, Ladies' Choice. George Jones is $12.99. Archie and the Pukes is at $5 with Craig Thomas. Buck Owens in London, that is in shrink wrap for $9.99. Chet Atkins, Stringing Along with Chet Atkins is $29.99. That's an earlier one on the RCA Victor label. Mono copy, really nice looking, $29.99 on that. Mason said he is going to take the Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode, the best of. Volume 1 is sold to Mason over on YouTube. Have you bought from us before, Mason, over on YouTube? Just let me know if you have, then I guess you're good to go. You've probably filled out the form and everything. If not, just got some quick first-time buyer instructions. I do also have this Depeche Mode set in stone. It's the KROQ King Biscuit Flower Hour live radio broadcast from August 5th, 1990 on yellow vinyl. That's $29.99 if you want that one. And what else? Hank Jr. All right, let's see. Brent, where are you at? Brent Ribley, what happened to you, man? Where are you? You're out on the Jazz Messengers. That's at $48 with David Hoy. Brent Ribley, you have been outbid. That's going twice, going 3 times. That is going twice, going 3 times. Jim B, yeah, the Archie and the Pukes does have a $5 bid with Craig Thomas. Craig Thomas has that for $5, and that's going twice, going 3 times as well. And did I miss anything else? Nope. Wait, yeah, Hank Jr. I need to pull Hank Jr. Returning buyer. Thank you for letting me know. Cool. Let's see, Aiden Donahue on the Hank Williams Jr. There he is. That is sold to Aiden Donahue. Next in the crate is Joe Turner. Every Day I Have the Blues. Joe Turner is $19.99. Archie and the Pukes is at $7 with Jim B. Craig Thomas, you've been outbid. Dean Martin, Remember Me, I'm the One Who Loves You. Dean Martin, I'm the One Who Loves You. That's also in shrink wrap, $9.99. Alabama, The Touch. Alabama is $9.99. First Vibration. Looks like a cool compilation. I love the cover art. It reminds me of like some of the like Monty Python type stuff. That is $16.99. It's got Canned Heat, Things to Come, Peanut Butter Conspiracy, Hoyt Axton, The Byrds, Chad and Jeremy, Jimi Hendrix doing Red House, Buffalo Springfield, The Beatles, Genesis, Eric Burden, and The Animals, Jefferson Airplane, Donovan, Ravi Shankar, $16.99 on that. Archie and the Pukes is at $11 with Craig Thomas. Autumn Betts, you are out, and Jim B, you are also out. And Jazz Messengers, I need to make that a final call. I think I lost Brent Rively. Final call on Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. It's at 48 with David Hoy. Final call on that. Just going to show a few more, and then I need to go ahead and sell that one. But the Archie and the Pukes is at 11 with Craig Thomas. Everyone else is out. And then this is, what, magazine and 11-track blancmange. Looks like a compilation of some sort. $24.99. No, it's not a compilation either. What is this? LP magazine. I don't know, man. It's $24.99. Will the label help me? This has like a huge magazine or book in it or something. LP Mag 3A. It is a compilation. Okay. Borgie, Friends Again, Bluebells, Folk Devils, Prefab Sprout. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's $24.99 though. If you want that magazine and 11-track LP thing there, let me know. Robin Glenn on Alabama. Let me grab that. Alabama is sold to Robin Glenn. Thank you, Robin Glenn. That's sold to you. And what else? What else here? What else? Need to hear back from a couple people. I don't know if I lost. I don't know. I feel like I lost connection with somebody, or maybe multiple people. But final call on Archie and the Pukes. Oh, now it's at 15 with Autumn Betts. Autumn Betts has Archie and the Pukes for 15. David Hoy does get the Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers for 48. That's sold to David Hoy for $48. It is a 60s reissue, but it's a really nice looking copy in mono as well. And yeah, that is sold to David Hoy. Thank you, David. That's sold to you. Next in the auction stack over here is George Clinton. You shouldn't have bit fish. George Clinton, you shouldn't have bit fish. This is a 1983 U.S. Winchester OG EX condition, $20 start. Looks like a really nice EX copy here. $20 start on George Clinton. $20 start on that. $20 start. Cool. Just looking at the track list. Yeah, $20 start on George Clinton. Chris Brent, the 45 is Archie and the Pukes. And there are the tracks on it. Straight Edge, People Suck, I Got Worms, Idiot, Human Butcher. That is at $15 with Autumn Betts, and that's going twice, going three times. Going twice, going three times. Aidan Donahue has bid on George Clinton. Aidan Donahue's at 20 on George Clinton. Philip Holt, you were second to make a bid, so you have to outbid Aidan Donahue. Next in the crate is Concerts for the People of Kampuchea. It's got The Clash, Elvis Costello and the Attractions, Ian Dury and the Blockheads, Paul McCartney and Wings, Pretenders, Queen, Rockestra, Rockafalls, Specials, The Who, lots of people. It's $26.99. $26.99 on that. Philip Holt is at 22 on George Clinton. And then we've got Menu Hot Platters. Menu Hot Platters is $24.99. It's a compilation. Deep Purple, John Baldry, LaBelle, Red Eye T-Rex is on here. Randy Newman, Jackie Lomax, Paul Stuckey, Norman Greenbaum, Ron Nagel, I think. Gordon Lightfoot, The Beach Boys, Fanny, The Kinks, Stovall Sisters, Rosebud, Ry Cooder, Big Mama Thornton. Reading them. I don't know why I'm reading every single one of them. It's $24.99 though. $24.99 on that. Archie and the Pukes is sold. Archie and the Pukes is sold to Autumn Betts for $15. That's sold to Autumn Betts for $15. And George Clinton is at $24 with Aidan Donahue. Philip Holt, you have been outbid. Let me know if you want back in on that. Let me know if you want back in on George Clinton. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's do this one. Let's do this. This is Ricky Tikki Tabby, 1910 Velter. Harriet McNamara, blah, blah, blah. $5 start. It's on blue vinyl. Looks like a punk single, possibly. No, probably not. It's got a tambourine. I could be wrong, though. But Ricky Tikki Tavi, or Tavi is a, yeah, that's at $5 start. $5 start. Is Chad's new hammer nearby? It is. I saw it earlier. Where did I see it, though? He might have taken it to the Kiss concert with him, though. There it is. This thing is seriously heavy duty, Mike. Yeah. This thing could definitely do some damage. I could smash all these records right now. Just smash them all. But yeah, this is the Titan 63,000, or maybe the Titan 3. This is a heavy duty, serious hammer. That's a serious hammer. Thank you, Mike. I'm sure Chad will put that to good use. For sure. Let's see. What else have I missed? George Clinton is at 25 with Philip Holt. Aiden, you have been outbid. Did I miss anything else? Don't think so. Looking for a $5 start on Ricky Tikki Tavi. Going twice, going 3 times. Let's keep going through this crate. Ohio Express exclusive inside. This is a, I don't know. Is this a compilation too? Yeah, I think so. 1910 Fruit Gum Company is on here. Cool. Yeah, a lot of good, bubblegum pop stuff. Is it like a split kind of thing? I don't know. It's $14.99 though. $14.99. George Clinton's at 26 with Aiden Donahue. Philip Holt, you have been outbid. And Village People Cruising. Village People Cruising is $14.99. Stevie Wonder in Square Circle is $24.99. $24.99. Linda Ronstadt is $9.99. Aaron Below on the Bubblegum. That is sold to Aaron Below. Thank you, Aaron. That's sold to you. Holden, you were second on Bubblegum. Chuck Hawley, you were third. Final call to get a $5 start on Ricky Tikki Tavi. Next is Zager and Evans, 25-25. Zager and Evans is $14.99. The Youngbloods, the best of the Youngbloods, is $19.99. Paul Young, The Secret of Association. The Secret of Association, Paul Young is $19.99. John Paul Young. That was Paul Young. Now we've got John Paul Young, $9.99 on that. Mason on VP. VP. What was VP? Village People. That is sold to Mason. Thank you very much. Safer. Was that supposed to be Zager? Holden, let me know if that was supposed to be Zager. Let me know about that. And where are we at on George Clinton now? Did I lose somebody? Philip said out. Okay, so final call on George Clinton. That's at $26 with Aiden Donahue. Final call on that. And if anybody wants Ricky Tikki Tavi, 1910 Vilter. That is a $5 buy it now. $5 buy it now on that. $5 buy it now on that. Yes. Safer. Okay, that is sold to Holden. There we go. That is sold to Holden 190. No problem. Just making sure I was getting the right record for you there. Gonna put up a 45 and then I'll sell the George Clinton and then we'll get another LP up for auction. What is this? I don't know, Rise Terror or something? There's too many letters for it to just be Rise. Let's call it Terror. I don't know. There's the sleeve. There's an insert. And yeah, it's like a... I don't know if this is a split kind of thing or like a... It says Sick Terror meets Wristite. I don't know. It's a hardcore single. 1, 2, 3, 5 tracks. $5 start. $5 start on that one. $5 start on that. What else? Terror's at 5 with Robert Warner, Jeff Brinley were second. And let's go ahead and sell George Clinton. George Clinton is sold for $26 to Aiden Donahue, I believe. right? Aiden Donahue was at like 26, maybe. Yep, Aiden Donahue got George Clinton for $26. That is sold to Aiden Donahue for $26. Chris Brandt, there's the sleeve for you if you can make more of that out than me. That would be good. I think it's RIISTET. I don't know. ERROR. Something. Tear. Yeah. But the high bid on that now is $7 with Darren. Darren has that for $7. And I'm going to go ahead and put up the next auction. This is Bootsy. Bootsy's rubber band. The name is Bootsy Baby. This is the jacket. There's the gatefold with Bootsy. There is the inner sleeve. And this is a 1977 U.S. Winchester press. We've graded it VG+. This is also going to be a $20 start. $20 start on Bootsy. Collins, $20 start on Bootsy. And the Terror 7-inch is at $10 with Jeff Brindley. I'm going to mute my mic for just 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right. So Bootsy is at 20 with Philip Holt. Philip Holt has it for 20 now. Chris Bachek has it for 21. Chris Bachek has Bootsy Collins for 21. Everyone else is out. The Terror 7-inch is at $10 with Jeff Brindley. Let's go ahead and make that a final call. Final call on the 7-inch. That's at $10 with Jeff Brindley. Next in the crate is Stephen Stills, Illegal Stills. Stephen Stills is $19.99. And then we have Billy Joel, The Bridge. Billy Joel, The Bridge is in shrink with hype sticker. Man, I'm banging this thing around. $14.99. John Fogerty. John Fogerty is $19.99. And then Richard Pryor. Are You Serious? That's $14.99. This is also America, right? Yeah, Hideaway. America Hideaway is $9.99. Amazing Rhythm Aces Burning the Ballroom Down is $12.99. And then Dean Martin, Gentle on My Mind is $9.99. Saturday Night Live with Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, Chevy Chase, Jane Curtin, Garrett Morris, Lorraine Newman, and Gilda Radner. That is $14.99 for Saturday Night Live. Gloria Estefan and Miami Sound Machine, Let It Loose is $14.99. Let's go ahead and sell the 7-inch. The 7-inch is sold for $10. Right? Where is that? Yeah, $10 to Jeff Brindley. Jeff Brindley got the 7-inch for $10. Let me get this thing put away. Sorted with the others. Yeah, Bootsy Collins has a high bid of 27 with Chris Bachek. Philip Holt, you are out. Lonnie Jolly on Pryor. There he is. Richard Pryor is sold to Lonnie Jolly. And then Aaron Below on the Saturday Night Live record. Dennis Daly, you were second on SNL. You were second on SNL. Bootsy Collins is at 27. Philip Holt, let me know if you want back in on that. That's at $27. And what else do we have over here? Let's see. Let's try this one out. This looks different from most of the rest that we've done so far. Let's see. This is Cooking on 3 Burners. Cooking on 3 Burners, Force of Nature. I think that, yeah, that's the B-side. And then the A-side is called One of the Ones. Cooking on 3 Burners on the Soul Messin label. It's going to be a $5 start. $5 start on the Cooking on 3 Burners. $5 start on that. $5 start on that, let's see, Robin Glenn, how much was Miami? Was that for this one here? Gloria Estefan, Miami Sound Machine, that was $14.99. $14.99 on that. Let's do a final call on Bootsy Collins. I think I lost somebody. Final call on that. Philip Holt, if you're still there, let me know if you want back in. That's at $27 with Chris Baycheck. And yeah, your message just came through. Thank you for letting me know. Looking for a $5 start on cooking on 3 burners. Final call on Bootsy Collins. I'm going to recap this crate very quickly. I'm just going to read the artisan titles. If you need prices or anything, just let me know. All of these should be EX to near mint minus. Yeah, let's do it. Alabama Live is still available. Alabama Live. Robin Trower, Bridge of Size. Johnny Rivers. Sold on Miami Sound Machine. Whoop, knocking the camera. That is sold to Robin Glenn. Karen Mills on Chicago. Where was Chicago? I don't remember reading a Chicago record unless it was like way in the back of the crate. Let's see. Got some recap in the crate this way too right now. Chicago, there it is. Karen Mills on Chicago 17. That sold to Karen Mills. And Bootsy Collins is sold for $27, I believe, to Chris Baycheck. Chris Baycheck on Bootsy Collins for $27. That is sold for $27. Can I get this record in the sleeve? These 4mm sleeves are just very stiff. All right. There is the company inner sleeve. And there is the LP. All right. That is sold to Chris Baycheck for $27. Final call to get a $5 start on the 45. And let's see, what else do we have over here? What else? I was going through them in order, but now I'm going off script. I kind of want to actually see what we have, because I know there were a couple records that kind of got asked about earlier. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. Let's do this. Someone asked about this earlier. This is a UK import. Cool. This is Wanda Jackson, Blues in My Heart. It's a 1965 UK import. The jacket does have some creasing on the lamination on the cover there. We put a little insert in it just to stiffen it because it's got that flimsy UK import cover. The vinyl is in VG Plus condition, and this is going to go up for a $15 start. Wanda Jackson, Blues in My Heart, VG Plus, UK import, $15 start on that. And if anybody wants cooking on 3 burners, that is a $5 buy it now. $5 buy it now. Move this over here. Let me mute my mic for just 1 second. Mute my mic. Whoops. Okay. Let's see. Wanda Jackson does have a bid for $15 with Philip Holt. Philip Holt has Wanda for $15. Let's see what else we have over here. What else do we have in the 45s? I don't know. Let's see. Why is that so thick? All right, let's do this one. Let's do this single here. This is the Repos 14 or Fight. 14 or Fight. And the Repos, it's a split 7-inch. And this is on red vinyl. This is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on the Repos and 14 or Fight. Wanda Jackson is going twice, going 3 times. That's at 15 with Philip Holt. Going twice, going 3 times. And yeah, let me just read through this crate very quickly. If you need the price on anything, just let me know. And this is Rolling Stones, The Best of Bread, King Federal, Rockabilly's Village People Go West, Faces, A Nod Is As Good As a Wink, Santana, The Swing of Delight, Todd Rundgren, Back to the Bars, Night Ranger, Seven Wishes, John Cougar, Nothing Matters and What If It Did, REO Speedwagon, A Decade of Rock and Roll, Ted Nugent, State of Shock. And then this is Diana Ross and the Supremes, Diana Ross and the Supremes, Funny Girl, Jefferson Starship, Dragonfly, Willie Nelson, Tougher Than Leather, George Jones, Lady's Choice, Buck Owens in London, Chet Atkins, Stringing Along with Chet Atkins, Rolling Stones, Info, Jared Inc. It has no condition notes, and it should be a vintage copy at the very least. It's got the original inner sleeve as well, and yeah, the vinyl looks nice. 1981, which I think is when this came out originally, right? On the Rolling Stones Records label. Yeah, it's a nice copy, $34.99. $34.99, Jared Inc. if you want that. Did you say Rockabilly? I might have. What if I did? Let me see. Let's see, where is... Did I say Rockabilly somewhere? Yeah, that one there. The King Federal Rockabilly is featuring Matt Curtis and Charlie Feathers. Vintage Vault Collector Series. That was $19.99. Fred Carnell, if you want that. Final Call on Wanda Jackson. Final Call on Wanda Jackson. That is at $15 with Philip Holt. Final Call on that. And then the repos. The first person to bid $5 on that was Jeff Brindley. Jeff Brindley has that for $5, going twice, going 3 times. Going twice, going 3 times. Next in the crate is Joe Turner, Every Day I Have the Blues. Dean Martin, Remember Me, I'm the One Who Loves You. First Vibration, that one's still available. Cool comp there. Magazine 11-track LP. It's debut issue number 3 compilation there. It also has Dead or Alive. I guess it says down here who's on it. There we go. Okay, now I couldn't make any sense of it the first time I read this. But yeah, Sade's on here, Dead or Alive, REM, Clubbing, Fashion, and there is like a magazine or something in here too. Yeah, very cool. Cool piece right there, and that was $24.99. $24.99. $24.99 on that. Wanda Jackson is sold to Philip Holt. Philip Holt on Wanda Jackson for $15. That is sold. The Repose single is at $6 with Fred Carnell. Fred Carnell has the Repose now for $6. Jeff Brindley, you've been outbid. That's at $6 with Fred Carnell. Let me know if you want back in. And Wanda Jackson sold for $15 to Philip Holt. Very cool UK import there. Let's move that over here. And let me get rid of this Post-it note. Let's see. Give me 1 second. 1 second again here. Uh-oh. All right. I am back. All right. Let's see. Repo 7. That's at 7 with Jeff Brindley. And that's it. Jeff Brindley. 7. Yeah, time to put up an LP. That's what's next. All right, let's do some Captain Beefheart. Why not? I know it's a later like compilation, but it's Captain Beefheart. Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band of Legendary A&M Sessions. Legendary A&M Sessions. And this is a 1984 US OG compilation VG Plus copy, and it is a $15 start. $15 start on that. Give me just 1 second. Again, excuse me, bear with me. Cool. All right. Let's see. Beefheart is at $15 with Aiden Donahue. Aiden Donahue has that for 15 bucks. And the repose is a final call. That's at $7 with Jeff Brindley. Final call on that. And did I miss anything else? Did I miss any claims? Nope. All right. Next is, yeah, Kombucha. If you guys need prices or condition on anything, just let me know. The condition should be EX or better all the way through here. Menu Hot Platters is still available. Stevie Wonder in Square Circle, Linda Ronstadt, Mad Love. The Youngbloods, Best of the Youngbloods. Paul Young, The Secret of Association, John Paul Young. Stephen Stills, Illegal Stills. Billy Joel, The Bridge. John Fogerty, America. Amazing Rhythm Aces, Burning the Ballroom Down, and Dean Martin, Gentle on My Mind. Those are still available. If anybody wants one, anybody wants anything out of there, just let me know. Let's see, the Repose is sold. Repose is sold to, I believe it was Jeff Brindley. Yeah, Jeff Brindley got the Repose and 14 or Fight for $7. It's sold to Jeff Brindley for $7. And Captain Beefheart is at 17 with Autumn Betts. Autumn Betts has that for 17. Aiden Donahue, let me know if you want back in. That's at $17 with Autumn Betts. Autumn Betts has that for 17. And let's pivot back to some of these newer singles here. This is Tierney Tough, A Farce to Reckon With. Tierney Tough, A Farce to Reckon With. This is also on red vinyl, and this is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Tierney Tough. And yeah, Captain Beefheart's at 17 with Autumn Betts. If anyone wants back in, just have to outbid her. That's going twice, going 3 times. Now it's at 18 with Aiden Donahue. All right, let me combine these crates real quick. Just 1 second. Just 1 second on that. All right. And let's get another John crate going. Another John crate coming soon. It's going to weave through this obstacle course up here. Let's see. Docking guy. Oh man, we don't talk about that. Let's see. Beefheart is at $20 with Autumn Betts. Autumn Betts has that for 20 bucks. That's at $20 with Autumn Betts. Tierney Tough, looking for a $5 start on that. I don't know how late I'm going to go tonight. I do not know. Still got quite a few auctions to go through. So it'll probably still be a while. I might have to start doing 2 LPs at a time on the auction block. In fact, I might start doing that now. I don't know. Do I have room to put that back there and that there? Yeah, I do. See that? There's Beefheart. There's a single. And let's go ahead and put, well, there was something else that someone asked about. Someone asked about one of these. What was it? I think it was this. I saw this come through like right before I put up the Wanda Jackson. Roger Waters. This is Roger Waters, The Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking. It is the one with the censored behind. The censored behind. This is a 1984 U.S. reissue. It's a Carrollton press. It's got the inner sleeve. It's in shrink. It's got the hype sticker. All that. And let's see. It is a VG copy. It's got a very light mark. Oh yeah, right here. You can barely feel there's a little mark right there, if you can see that. Very small mark there that you can feel. It'll probably just pop. Maybe it'll do nothing. You never really know unless you play it, but this is going to be a $20 start. $20 start on Roger Waters. $20 start on that. $20 start on Roger Waters. $20 start on that. Let me scroll down. Here. Beef. Aiden. Captain Beefheart is at $20 with Autumn Bets, and that is a final call. It's at $20 with Autumn Bets, and we are looking for a $20 start on Roger Waters. And if anybody wants Tierney Tough, that is a $5 buy it now. $5 buy it now on Tierney Tough. Jeff Brindley is in on Roger Waters at 20. That's at 20 with Jeff Brindley. All right, let's go through this John crate. Three Dog Night, Cyan, $19.99 on Three Dog Night, and then free Heartbreakers, $29.99. Sacred Songs, that's Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs. Flatt and Scruggs is $14.99 in shrink wrap. Bob Seger, that's the Bob Seger System Mongrel. Really good album, $44.99 on Bob Seger. Lacey J. Dalton's Greatest Hits, $14.99. Beefheart's at 24 with Autumn Bets. Roger Waters is going twice, going 3 times. I think, yeah, someone just bid 5 on Tierney Tough. That is sold to Stephen Riley for $5. Thank you, Stephen. That's sold to you for $5. Beefheart's at 24 with Autumn Beds. Aiden Donahue, let me know if you want back in. Next in the crate is Charlie Daniels Band, Knight Rider. That's $24.99. Huey Lewis and the News, Sports, again, $19.99. Phil Collins, No Jacket Required, $19.99. Peter Frampton, I'm In You is $9.99. George Thorogood, Bad to the Bone, $19.99. Pink Floyd, Obscured by Clouds. This is a 1983 pressing, $39.99. John Lennon and Yoko Ono, Double Fantasy in shrink with hype sticker, $19.99. Little River Band, Time Exposure is $9.99. $9.99. Paul Simon, self-titled, $19.99. I love that record. Beefheart is at 27 with Aiden Donahue. Autumn Bets, who've been outbid. Final call on Roger Waters. Final call on Roger Waters. That's at $20 with Jeff Brindley. Final call. Final call on that. Lacey J. Dalton, Hard Times, $14.99. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. That's Johnny Cash, $14.99. Alabama, Mountain Music is $9.99. Glenn Campbell, The Best of Glenn Campbell is $9.99. Boz Scaggs, Slow Dancer is $19.99. Loverboy, Keep It Up in shrink with hype sticker, $19.99 on Loverboy. Lionel Richie is $9.99. REO Speedwagon, Good Trouble, that's $19.99. Tina Turner, Private Dancer is $24.99. Loverboy, Lovin' Every Minute of It, Loverboy is $19.99. Blake Exulton, no idea. And the Spirit Warriors, that is called Cool on My Skin, that's $9.99. Glenn Campbell and Dean Martin, that's $9.99. Final call on Captain Beefheart, the legendary A&M Sessions. There go the rest of the records. Where was this at? Like right here? Something like that. Yeah, Roger Waters is sold to Jeff Brindley, I believe, right? For $20. Jeff Brindley. Yep, Jeff Brindley on Roger Waters for just $20. That is sold for $20 to Jeff Brindley. And final call on Captain Beefheart. If it hasn't sold by the time I put all this away, I'm going to go ahead and sell it. It's sold. Let me scroll down on here. And yeah, Captain Beefheart is sold to Aiden Donahue for $27. That is sold for $27 to Aiden Donahue. 27 to Aiden Donahue. That is sold. Glenn and Dino. That is sold to Nick Bargeron. Thank you, Nick Bargeron. That is sold to you. Let's see what else we have in here. What else do we have? I think someone asked about something else in here from the hype picture. I'm trying to remember what it was. I feel like if I see it, and I will. Oh yeah, it was this one. That, and I think someone might have asked about this. I think maybe Chris Bryant asked about that one. This is going to be Elvis. Elvis back in Memphis. Elvis back in Memphis. This is a 1975 US reissue with the original inner sleeve. Printed inner sleeve there. But it is super clean, Laura said. Super clean, exclamation point. And it is. EX++, near mint minus, super clean copy of Elvis back in Memphis. This is going to be a $25 start. $25 start on Elvis back in Memphis, 1975 US press. And I don't know, Chris, I thought you asked about Elvis. You said EP, or oh, maybe you're just asking about an EP, or if something is an EP. I thought EP was Elvis Presley. But anyways, Soft Machine third. Soft Machine third. Soft Machine third. There is the jacket. Here are the two inner sleeves. Are these capital? Yeah, Columbia, I mean, yeah, they are Columbia inner sleeves. There we go. And then, yeah, this is a 1970 US Terre Haute VG Plus disc on here, and this is going to be a $20 start. $20 start on Soft Machine. That's a really good starting price for Soft Machine third. This is a really good record. I think it was the last one that Robert Wyatt was part of Soft Machine. That's a $20 start. $20 start on Soft Machine. Any two tones, like two-tone reprise label. Probably a lot in here for sure. Let's see. Loverboy loving every minute of it. That was right here. That is sold to Brad Waits. Brad Waits got that. Looking for a $25 start on Elvis. And we have a $30 starting bid on Soft Machine with Ryan Mustaine. That's, I think you were the one that asked about it earlier, right? Ryan Mustaine is in on Soft Machine at $30. Everybody else is out. That's at $30 with Ryan Mustaine. Bobby Gentry and Glenn Campbell. Bobby Gentry and Glenn Campbell is in shrink wrap, $19.99. Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA, is $19.99. Paul Simon, Greatest Hits, etc., $19.99. Boz Scaggs is $19.99. Oh, the group two-tone. Sorry, I haven't seen any. I have not seen any two-tones, but it might be in a crate. I'm not sure. Like nothing that we have is really organized or alphabetized or anything. Everything's just very random and just kind of whatever we show is what comes up. Let's see. Born in the USA was $19.99. Dennis Daly, that was $19.99. Christopher S. That's Skiglia, I think. I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not, but Soft Machine is with Christopher S. on Facebook at $35. Everybody else is out. Final call to get a $25 starting bid on Elvis Presley. Dennis Daly is going to take the Bruce Springsteen. That is sold to Dennis Daly. Next in the crate is Rick Springfield, Success. Hasn't Spoiled Me Yet. That's $14.99. Paul Simon, There Goes Ryan Simon. That's $19.99. Soft Machine is now at $40 with Ryan Mustaine on YouTube. And then Don Williams, Especially for You, is in shrink, $9.99. Johnny Cash, Country Music, that's $9.99. That's a Time Life compilation. Let's see, this is Roseanne Cash, Rhythm and Romance. Roseanne Cash is $9.99. Starship, Knee Deep in the Hoopla is $14.99. Rick S. Rick Springfield, where is Rick? There he is. Rick Springfield is sold to Todd Fisher. And then JC, that was Johnny Cash. That is sold to James Cohorn. That is sold to James Cohorn. And Soft Machine is at 41 with ST. Ryan Mustaine, you're out. And who else was bidding on that? Christopher Skiglia, Christopher S. You're out on Soft Machine. That is at 41 with ST. Let me show a few more records. Let's see. Graham Parker and The Rumor, Stick to Me. Graham Parker is $9.99. Simon & Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water is $12.99. $12.99 on that. Leo Sayer is $9.99. Boz Scaggs, My Time, Boz Scaggs is $19.99. Don Williams, Volume 2 is $9.99. Chad Atkins from Nashville, With Love is $9.99. Loverboy, this is Loverboy, self-titled, $19.99. We've got a Laura crate. Next is Alabama, My Homes in Alabama. Alabama is $9.99. Chris S. All right, I'll stick to that. Stick to that, Chris. Tanya Tucker's Greatest Hits is $14.99. Ryan Mustaine is back in on the Soft Machine at 43. ST, you have been outbid. Now it's at 45. That is at 45 with ST. Ryan Mustaine, you're out. If anybody wants Elvis back in Memphis, really nice copy. It is a reissue from the mid-70s, but that is a $25 buy it now. $25 buy it now on Elvis back in Memphis. $25 buy it now on that. Super clean copy. Super clean copy on that if anybody wants it. Is that going to be our first no-sell auction? I guess we'll see. What JC was Johnny Cash. It was a Time Life comp for $9.99. It already sold, Robert. Already sold. Soft Machine is now at 47 with Christopher S. on Facebook. It's at 40. No, it's at 50. I just saw that $50 bid. Ryan Mustaine has that for $50. ST, you're out. And Christopher S., you are out as well. Soft Machine is at $50. Let's see. What are we going to do next? Let's do this. My favorite album by The Who. My favorite album by The Who. You know, she put this one in here because she knew it was my favorite. Thank you, Laura. This is The Who. The Who Sell Out. Great stuff. Yeah, my favorite Who album. It is a 1967 U.S. Pickneyville pressing. It's in VG Plus condition. It is a stereo copy. It's a really nice looking VG Plus though. Like VG Plus Plus should have no issues with playback. Was it Armenia City in the Sky? Great stuff. Oh, water. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Got some water. All right. Thank you, Laura. $25 start on The Who sellout. It does have that corner clip up here, but overall the jacket's really nice, especially for OG 1967 US copy. And yeah, The Who sellout. Their best album, in my opinion. But that is a $25 start. Soft Machine. Where is the Soft Machine now? Is it still at 50? 50 with Ryan Mustaine. Christopher and ST have both set out. Thank you for letting me know. Soft Machine is a final call. Final call on the Soft Machine third. That is at $50 with Ryan Mustaine, and that is a final call. Final call. Got that in a straight. Jeff Brindley, the one you got did not have a corner clip, and it was near mint. It was like a top. I think it might have even been a mono copy, maybe. This one is VG Plus and it has a corner clip, so that's why it's starting at 25 and not 55 or 60, like the one that you got earlier this week. But The Who is at 25 with Carol Puckett. Carol Puckett has The Who for $25. Next is The Suburbs. Dream Hog, that is $12.99. $12.99 on The Suburbs. And then Clyde King, Direct Me, that's $26.99. That looks like an interesting one. On the Lizard label, $26.99 on Clyde King. I think I might have listed a single or two of hers on Discogs. The last week or two, I've been going through a lot of these like Northern Soul and just soul singles that we have in the back and listing stuff on Discogs. If you're looking for that kind of stuff, definitely check out our Discogs because I listed some pretty awesome 45s here in the last week or two. The Bob Seger system, Rambling Gambling Man, great stuff. It's a 1975 orange label press. It's $29.99, $29.99. I'm not 100% sure if it was mono or stereo. It was a really nice copy though. Yeah, it was so nice that I was surprised that it wasn't just a regular crate and not an auction record, but it was really nice. Soft Machine is sold. Soft Machine is sold to Ryan Mustaine. Ryan Mustaine got the Soft Machine for $50. Great album, great band. Love the Soft Machine. This one is drastically different from their first two, but it's still great, especially if you love like jazz and jazz fusion kind of stuff. The Soft Machine third, great album, but drastically different from their first two. Also, I don't know if you guys have listened to, there's one of their later albums, well, not late, but like that one called Bundles that has Alan Holdsworth on it. Man, that album's crazy good. It's a really good one. The Who is a Final Call as well. The Who, Final Call on that. That's at $25 with Carol Puckett. Final Call on The Who. Let's see. Yeah, the fusion stuff's really cool. They're very good at it. They're just always had some of the best musicians in that group, no matter what they were doing. Let's see what we have here. Oh wow, 1959 US 6-eye mono copy of Miles Davis, Porgy and Bess. It does have some shelf wear on the spine, a little bit of tape here on the bottom seam, a little bit of tape on the top seam here as well. So like probably a G or G plus on the cover. It's not split or anything, luckily, but this is an original 1959 US OG 6-eye mono copy with the company inner sleeve, and the disc itself is in VG plus condition, which it's a really nice VG plus too. Very nice looking copy. This is just going to be a $25 start. $25 start on Miles Davis or Mild David. $25 start on Miles Davis. Craig, I don't think so. No. Let's see. Which Alabama do I have left? Robin Glenn. I don't know. I thought, well, there was one in this other crate, wasn't there? Where is that thing? I thought there was Alabama Live left, maybe, from that last crate. Yeah. So, Alabama Live, that was $9.99 if you want that. That was $9.99 if you want that. Robin Glenn, let me know. Miles Davis looking for a $25 start on that. How's it going, Bill Keenum? And The Who is sold, Carol. Yeah, sorry. That is sold. The Who Sell Out is sold. That is sold for $25. It's $25 to Carol Puckett. That's a really nice pickup there. All right. It's a great album. $25 and sold to Carol Puckett. I need to get another empty crate. Mountain Music. Is that the name of an Alabama record? I'm not sure. But the one that I had left over here was this Alabama Live. It was just simply titled Alabama Live. It's like a black and gray cover. Let's see. There's that. There's an empty crate. And no bid on Miles Davis yet. Final call to get a $25 starting bid on that. Yes. I have not seen that Alabama record. It might be in here. I am going to recap this crate very quickly after I'm finished going through it the first time. But I'm going to go ahead and put up another auction as well. Let's see. Oh boy, it's one that Seth graded. Let's see what kind of work Seth did. Yeah, this is a very nice copy. This is U2, Joshua Tree. U2, the Joshua Tree. Very nice looking jacket here. And it's got the black inner sleeve with it. It is a club copy, Columbia House club copy. EX condition. This is going to be a $25 start. $25 start on U2 Joshua Tree. $25 start on U2. $25 start on that. All right. Let's see. Midwest Bro, you just missed pros and cons of hitchhiking. Yeah, you did miss that one. Miles Davis is at 27. That's at 27 with Lonnie Jolly, and Lonnie Jolly has just bid 25 on U2 as well. So both auctions have bids. Let me finish this crate up and then we'll do a quick recap. This is Boffa Longo, and that is $49.99. Man, what? I didn't even realize what I was looking at until I read it off. This is a acid rock record from 1969. It's been a while since I listened to this, but I remember it being pretty dang good, and it's on the United Artists label. It's $49.99. $49.99 for Boffa Longo. $49.99 on that. And then Rick Ocasek, Beatitude Rick Ocasek is $9.99. Edwin Starr, 25 miles. That is $39.99. That is on the Gordy label. $39.99 on that. And Miles Davis is at... That's Miles Davis. That's not Miles Davis. Miles Davis is at $29 with Ryan Mustaine, and U2 is at $31 with Lonnie Jolly. Lonnie Jolly has that for $31. Few records left in here. Woodstock 2 is $36.99. 2 LP set there. Frank Zappa, Jazz from Hell. Frank Zappa's $39.99. And then Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, The Distance. Bob Seger's $24.99. Gene Vincent is $19.99. Looks like a Danish import there. The Who, Who's Next? That's $26.99. This is going to be on the MCA label. MCA label, not the Decca label. $26.99 on The Who, Who's Next? Van Morrison Wavelength is $34.99. Little gold stamp promo and hype sticker on that. Don Williams Visions is $9.99. And the Guess Who live at the Paramount is $19.99 as well. You heading out? Cool. We'll see you. Thanks for the help. Let's see. Miles Davis out. So Miles Davis has a high bid of 33 with ST over on YouTube. And Lonnie Jolly, you have been outbid. Let me know if you want back in. And U2 has a high bid of 31 with Lonnie Jolly. Final call on that too. Final call on that as well. What's up, Stephen Fryu? How is it going? Let's see. I'm going to move on from this crate, actually. Let's move on from this one. Let's get a Laura crate up. Let's get a Laura crate up and see what she has priced out for us. All right. Laura crate. Is there? Yep, there's a Laura crate sticker. Of course. Oh, this is cool. I like this one a lot. It's awesome. All right. Laura crate incoming. Laura, oh, just bonked the camera. Let's see. Something like that, right? It is, the way the camera is set up now, it's very easy to just hit it. Carol Puckett, the U2 record is at 31, and that is a final call. Final call. And final call on Miles Davis as well. That's at 33 with ST. Final call on both auctions. Final call on both auctions. And we have a Laura crate coming up. Where did I put that sticker? There it is. All right, so you guys know the rules by now, I'm sure. First person to claim a record out of the Laura crate gets the Laura crate sticker. And here it is. It's Snoopy with his Joe Cool sweater on, spray painting Laura crate with a smiley face on it. That's a killer Laura crate post-it note. So let's see what she has tagged for us tonight. Any Leaf Hound tonight? Steve? No. I've never even held one or seen one. Not an original copy. Leaf Hound. It's a pretty good record. It's extremely rare. It might be more expensive than I think it's worth, but stupidly rare album for sure. Leaf Hound, Growers of Mushroom. I do have a reissue of it, but man, yeah, I've never even seen or held an original copy of that. All right, let's see. U2 is still getting bids. Miles Davis, I need to go ahead and sell, right? Yeah, Craig, I told Chad, I told everybody, I was like, I'm doing it one time and that's it. It's one and done. That's why I even numbered it 1 out of 1. But yeah, that was the only crate sticker that I'm ever gonna make. Miles Davis is sold to ST for $33. This is sold to ST for $33. Sold to ST for $33. Here's the jacket. Here is the company inner sleeve. And let's get the record in there. That is sold to ST for $33. All right. U2 is still getting bids. U2 is at 45 with Nick Bargeron. Yep, we've already done a couple half-off crates. We're about to do a Laura crate now. Does it have the inner? I mean, it's got this black inner sleeve. I believe that's all that came with U2 Joshua Tree off the top of my head. I can't remember if it was supposed to come with anything else or not. Man, I've been teasing this Laura crate for a while, and I'm going to prolong it even more because I have to put up another auction. All right. This is, I don't even know if this was hyped or in the hype pictures or not, but this is Lightning Hopkins, autobiography in blues, Lightning Hopkins, and this is a 1971 US copy. It's VG plus, solid VG plus, maybe EX even. Yeah, this is, I mean, I don't really see anything wrong with this. Seth is a crazy person. This is, very close to near mint even. This is going to be a $20 start. $20 start on Lightning Hopkins. $20 start on that. And now it's really time for the Laura crate. Roxy Music, the High Road. Roxy Music is VG Plus for just $9.99. Donald Fagen, the Nightfly. That's VG Plus for $9.99. Joe Sample, David T. Walker, Swing Street Cafe, EX $12.99. Billy Cobham, Spectrum, killer record with, what's his name? Tommy Bolin. Billy Cobham is EX for $19.99. Steely Dan, Katie lied. Steely Dan is VG Plus for $14.99. And let's see, Roxy Music is sold to Jeff Brindley. Jeff Brindley, you got the exclusive Laura crate sticker. That is sold to Jeff Brindley. Thank you, Jeff. That is sold to you. Final call on U2. Final call on U2. That is at 45 with Nick Bargeron. Final call on U2. Final call on that. And we're looking for a $20 start on Lightning Hopkins, going twice, going 3 times. BC. Billy Cobham. That is sold to John Dodd. Great album. Steely Dan is sold to Vicky Yoshikawa. Vicky Yoshikawa got Steely Dan. That is sold. Bill Keenum, I believe you were 3rd on Roxy Music. Donald Fagen is sold to Rick Perrine. That is sold to Rick Perrine. And let's see, Lightning Hopkins is at $20 with Bubba over on YouTube. Bubba has that for $20. Tim Colino, you're second to get a bid on that. I'm going to show a few more records and then I'm selling you 2. Next is The Police, Ghost in the Machine. That's EX for $22.99. Joni Mitchell, Blue, great album. It is a VG copy, unfortunately, but it is $14.99. The value of this record has gone up, up, up. Joni Mitchell, Blue, VG, $14.99. The Miami Vice soundtrack is VG for $9.99. Tav Falco's Panther Burns. Cool. Tav Falco is EX for $29.99. Laura put a note on here too. Garage Rock Ripper. Alex Chilton from Big Star is the guitarist in this band. Yeah, Tav Falco. Great stuff. EX copy, $29.99. Brandon Lack. That's like a EX Plus copy on Lightning Hopkins. And it is $20 with Bubba over on YouTube. Let me know if you want to bid on that. But U2 is sold. U2 is sold to Nick Bargeron for $45. This is sold to Nick Bargeron for $45. That is sold to Nick Bargeron for $45. Let me get this put back together. Here's the sleeve and the LP. John, yeah, so far this is a check condition bin. I think around here or some, well, here roughly. I took the post-it off, but it will turn into a non-check condition bin. But U2 is sold to Nick Bargeron for $45, and Lightning Hopkins is at 21 with Sunday Morning Sessions. Sunday Morning Sessions has Lightning Hopkins for $21 so far. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Vicky Yoshikawa on JM. That was Joni Mitchell. That's sold to Vicky Yoshikawa. Lightning Hopkins is at 21 with Sunday Morning Sessions. Tag Talks with Ravens. That was, I'm assuming, yeah, TAV, T-A-V. That's sold to Talks with Ravens. And Lightning Hopkins is now at $25 with Bubba. Sunday Morning Sessions, you have been outbid. Since we're doing Lightning Hopkins, we might as well put up this Sonny Boy Williamson. This is Sonny Boy Williamson Amiga. Sonny Boy Williamson Amiga. This is a German import. 1987 German reissue. EX condition, $15 start. EX Plus, nice vinyl. Sonny Boy Williamson, $15 start on that. $15 start. And Lightning Hopkins out. Thank you for letting me know. Sunday Morning Sessions. Lightning Hopkins is going twice, going 3 times, and that is at 25 with Bubba. Yep. Yes, we can see your comment over there, Vicky Yoshikawa. Hardcore EPs. Yep, I forgot. I completely forgot about the 45s. Let's see what this is. I don't know. This is Arms Race, Gotta Get Out. Arms Race, Gotta Get Out. And this is going to be a $5 start. Looks like 6 tracks, 6-track EP there. Arms Race is going to be a $5 start. $5 start on that. Get this thing back in here. There we go. $5 start on that. Let me see if I missed anything else. Joe Sample. Was there a Joe Sample? Yeah, there it is. First one in the crate. Jetstream got Joe Sample. That is sold to Jetstream. Thank you very much. Yeah, Miami Vice and The Police. Those are both left over so far. Final call on Lightning Hopkins. That is at 25 with Bubba. And we're looking for a $5 start on Arms Race. $5 start on that. Next in the crate, Bread. Baby, I'm a Want You. Bread is VG for $9.99. Gregory Porter, Still Rising. That's VG Plus for $14.99. Miami Vice. Sold to Stacy Metternich. Stacy Metternich on Miami Vice. Harry Nelson, Son of Schmelson. That's VG Plus for $14.99. Dazed and Confused, a stoned out salute to Led Zeppelin, man. Featuring Dead Meadow, Mothership, Fireball Ministry, Sienna Root, The Fresh, and Onlys, and more. VG Plus $19.99. Cool. I like Dead Meadow. They did No Quarter. One of my favorite Led Zeppelin songs, too. VG Plus $19.99 on that. Let's go ahead and sell Lightning Hopkins for $25. Lightning Hopkins is sold for $25, and that was sold to Bubba over on YouTube. That's sold to Bubba. That is sold to Bubba over on YouTube. Bubba 77775 for $25. And final call on Sonny Boy Williamson. If anyone wants to get in on that, that is a $15 start. $15 start on Sonny Boy Williamson. And Chris Bryant is in on Arms Race at 5. So that's going once, going twice. Dazed and Confused is sold to Ivan Reichik. Ivan Reichik got Led Zeppelin or Dazed and Confused there for sticker price. And what's next? A little bit more blues. A little more blues. Sonny Boy Williamson. It's great stuff. Let's see. This is Otis Spann and his piano. Candid Spann Volume 2. Feels like an import as well. Let's see. Yeah, it's 83 German import live performance from New York City, recorded in 1960. It's going to be a $15 start. $15 start on Otis Spann. William Brown, was that a claim for Harry Nilsson? I'm assuming it's not, but let me know. Because if not, it looks like maybe Vicky does want Harry Nilsson. And if Vicky doesn't want it, it looks like Bill Keenum does. So let's figure out what's going on here. William Brown, let's say sold or pass on that. And then Vicky Yoshikawa, if you want it, you can say sold or pass. Just a fan. Yeah, cool. Vicky Yoshikawa, if you do want that, that is still available. Next in, oh, cool. Glass Harp. Phil Kagi, EX copy, $14.99. EX copy, $14.99 on the Glass Harp. Some good psych there. Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal is EX for $19.99. Sold. Son of Schmilson. Son of Schmilson. That is sold to Vicky Yoshikawa. And if anybody wants Sonny Boy Williamson, that is a $15 buy. Now, Otis Spann is at $15 with Bill Keenum. Otis Spann is at $15 with Bill Keenum. That does have a bid. If anyone wants Sonny Boy Williamson, it's just a $15 buy it now. $15 buy it now on Sonny Boy Williamson. If anybody wants that, that is available. Phil Kagi, Bill Keenum on Glass Harp. That is sold to Bill Keenum. And Arms Race is sold for $5 to Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant on that. And Bubba, 777775. is going to get Sonny Boy Williamson. That is sold to Bubba for $15. Otis Spann is at $15 with Bill Keenum as well. That's going once, going twice. Let's get another auction up. How about this? All right. It is a 1973 U.S. reissue. It's in VG condition, but it's Fleetwood Mac Irish Rose. Fleetwood Mac Irish Rose. It's the Columbia Special Products release. It's graded VG. It's not a bad VG. It's like, it's just got a bunch of very light marks. Very light stuff going on there. I wouldn't even say it has much in the way of scratches, but that's just going to be a $20 start. $20 start on Fleetwood Mac. $20 start on Fleetwood Mac. And let's do another single here. Let's see. This is Gas Chamber. Gas Chamber Corpse with Levity. Gas Chamber. That is on black vinyl as well. And that's going to be a $5 start. $5 start on Gas Chamber. Nobody on Lou Reed. Wild. That is wild. I don't understand it. But next is West, Bruce, and Lang. Why Don't You? That is VG Plus for $14.99. Queen, A Night at the Opera. That's an EX copy. It's a 1975 USOG EX $29.99 on Queen. And then Bertha. Bertha is VG, Southern Rock Record, VG for $9.99. Thin Lizzy, Johnny the Fox. That's VG Plus for $19.99. Gas Chamber is at 5 with Classy Lonnie Metal. That is at 5 with Classy Lonnie Metal. Final Call on Otis Spann. That's at 15 with Bill Keenum. Final Call on that. And final call to get a $20 starting bid on Fleetwood Mac. Chris Bryant, we already have a $5 bid on Gas Chamber. That is at 5 with Classy Lonnie Metal. The Lou Reed Transformer. Cool. Yeah, that's great too. Steely Dan Greatest Hits is VG Plus for $19.99. Eddie Money. Eddie Money is VG Plus for $12.99. Jethro Tull, Aqualung, VG Plus $14.99. And then this is The Trogs, Wild Things. That's VG Plus for $19.99. It is a mono OG. The Trogs, Wild Thing. Laura's graded this VG Plus. It's $19.99, $19.99 on that. Gas Chambers at $6 with Chris Bryant. Class C Lonnie Metal, you've been outbid. That's at $6 with Chris Bryant. Now it's at $8 with Class C Lonnie Metal. And let's see. Gonna go ahead and sell Otis Spann. Otis Spann. If I can get this put back together. Otis Spann. Otis Spann is sold to Bill Keenum for $15. It's sold to Phil Keenum for $15. And if anyone wants Fleetwood Mac English Rose, it's a $20 buy it now. $20 buy it now on Fleetwood Mac if anybody wants that. $20 buy it now on Fleetwood Mac. $20 buy it now. Oh. Get this thing put back together. Fleetwood Mac, MT Matt over on YouTube. It's gonna get that. Man, why can I not? I really kind of hate these 4mm sleeves. I'm not a fan at all. Fleetwood Mac is sold to MT Matt over on YouTube. Thank you very much. What else have I missed? Gas Chamber's at 11 with Chris Bryant. And let's go ahead and put these two auctions up. Looks like a really nice copy here. This is Miles and Monk at Newport. Miles and Monk at Newport in shrink wrap. It's a 1964 US OG 2i. It is a 2i stereo copy, still in the shrink. Super nice disc too. $35 start. $35 start on Miles and Monk at the Newport. Very nice looking copy there. And is this sealed? It is sealed. 1984 US reissue. It's the best of the Booker T. The best of Booker T and the MGs. It's a 1984 US reissue, sealed. $25 start on Booker T and the MGs. And Miles and Monk looking for a $35 start. Great stuff there. Let me see what comments I've missed here. How much on WBL? WBL. What was WBL? West Bruce and Lang. WBL. That was VG Plus for $14.99. Bill Keenum, if you want that. $14.99 on that. Samuel Coppage on the Trogs. William Brown, you were second. And then Michael Wood said money. Eddie Money. Michael Wood on Eddie Money. That is sold. And then what else do we have? William Brown is DJ Not So Good on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know. Miles 35. So Rick Barron has Miles and Monk for 35. And then what else? Bill Keenum said he'll take it, and that was for the West Bruce and Lang, right? Yep. West Bruce and Lang, essentially Mountain. That is sold to Bill Keenum. That's sold to Bill Keenum. The Bertha album, Denise Uftendahl, it's a Southern rock record. It's in VG condition. It's $9.99. VG $9.99 on that if you want it. I don't know what happened in this gas chamber thing, but Final Call, it said $11 with Chris Bryant. Final Call, 11 with Chris Bryant. Final call on that. And yeah, Miles and Monk. It's going twice, going three times. Rick Barron has that for $35. And going twice, going three times to get a $25 starting bid on Booker T and the MGs. Next in the crate is Bobby Bland. Tell Mr. Bland. That is EX for $12.99. The Meters, Rejuvenation. All right, now we're getting into non-check condition. This is a Music on Vinyl reissue from 2013. $24.99. $24.99 on the Meters. Green Day, BBC Sessions. That is sealed on Milky Clear vinyl for $24.99. $24.99 on Green Day. Gas Chamber is sold to Chris Bryant for $11. $11 to Chris Bryant. Thank you, Chris. That is sold to you. Let me reshuffle these or move these over to a different bin. It's getting full. There we go. It's 45s. All right. Another 45 going up, perhaps. Let's see. I don't know what this is either, but let's find out. This is Thetan, or Thetan. Welcome to the wine country. Thetan, welcome to the wine country. It looks like a EP for sure. I mean, there's like 9 or 10 tracks on this thing from Nashville. Cool. $5 start. $5 start on that. $5 start on that. Scott Oman on Green Day. Green Day is sold to Scott Oman. Final call on Miles and Monk. Final call. It's only got one bid for 35. It's a near mint in shrink 64 2i copy. And it's at $35 with Rick Barron. And then Booker T is a final call as well. We're looking to get a $25 start on that. Man, Meters Rejuvenation. Great stuff here. It's that one track. It Ain't No Use. I like that one a lot. It's long but good. Oh, another copy of Green Day if anybody wants that. We sold one to Scott Oman. We've got one copy left. And then this is Avalon Tate Moore. Tate Moore Avalon sealed 1999. Jessica Pratt here in the pitch. It is open for $19.99. Great stuff. Great stuff here. Jessica Pratt. I love her. Will you do 15 on Thin Lizzy? Everything in here is sticker price right now. This is the first time that we've gone through this crate. First time that we've gone through this Midwest Briar. So everything is sticker price right now. Lucas Nelson and Promise of the Real. A few stars apart. That is $19.99 and that's on black and white marbled vinyl. $19.99 on Lucas Nelson and Promise of the Real. GD. Green Day. That is sold to Ron Duffield. Ron Duffield on Green Day. All right. That's surprising to me, but Miles and Monk at Newport is sold for just one bid to Rick Barron for $35. How much is Jessica Pratt? Pam Murray, that was $19.99. $19.99. I love Jessica Pratt. Let's see, that is sold for $35. $35 sold. So that's moving on. Then if anyone wants the best of Booker T and the MGs, that is a $25 buy it now. $25 buy it now on Booker T and the MGs. Move that back here. And if anybody wants this Thetan, oh, there it is, Thetan. It did get a bid. That's at $5 with Chris Bryant. It's at $5 with Chris Bryant. Aaron Below on Lucas Nelson. That is sold to Aaron Below. Let's see. Our shipping costs included. We do $7 unlimited shipping. $7 unlimited shipping. Our invoice cycle is from Sunday through Saturday. And if you buy one record or 100 records, it's just $7 for shipping. Unlimited shipping for $7. Kitty, that is how that works. But our invoice cycle is one full week. Today is the last day of this invoice cycle, and we invoice on every Monday. But now you know. Now you know. All right, let's do a little bit more jazz. How about some more jazz stuff? This is Miles Davis. Yeah, there is writing on the cover. Let's see, Miles Davis Orbits. They wrote it right up there on the top. And yeah, Miles Davis Orbits. It's a compilation from 1968. 1968 US. The vinyl is in VG condition as well. This is going to be a $10 start. VG copy of Miles Davis Orbits. $10 start on this. $10 start on Miles Davis. Final call on Thetan. Final call on that. It's at $5 with Chris Bryant. Final call on that. And wow, this is a OG. This is Art Blakey's Jazz Messengers with Thelonious Monk. This is a 1958 US OG on the Black Atlantic label. Mono, 1958 US mono. And This is graded. Yeah, it is VG. It's not bad at all, especially for a original 1958 US mono copy. This is a $25 start. $25 start on Art Blakey's Jazz Messengers with Thelonious Monk. VG, $25 start. Original from 1958. Very cool. Let's move that out of the way. Let's tidying up a little bit over here. Did I miss anything else? Let's see. Who asked about the Jessica Pratt? Is it Pam Murray? Pam, you need to buy that Jessica Pratt record if you don't have it. Art Blakey's at $25 with Philip Holt. Miles Davis is at $10 with Lonnie Jolly. Lonnie Jolly was first to get a $10 bid. Now it's at $12 with Kenneth Blair. Chris Bachek, you were second to bid. $25 on Art Blakey. All right, let's go ahead and sell Thetan for $5 to Chris Bryant. Show a few more records in the crate. We've got John McLaughlin, Devotion. John McLaughlin is sealed for $14.99. John McLaughlin, great stuff there. Killer guitar player. Little Feat, Alive in America 73. Little Feat is on Coral vinyl. This is from 2023. $34.99. $34.99 on Little Feat Live. And then Small Faces, Playmates. Small Faces, $19.99. Release Yourself. This is Graham Central Station. Release Yourself, $14.99. $14.99 on that. Modern Life is War. My Love, My Way. Modern Life is War is on gold vinyl. Numbered number 57 out of 86 on the label there. $29.99 on that. $29.99 on that. What else is going on here? Miles Davis. Miles Davis has a high bid of $15 with Lonnie Jolly. Lonnie Jolly has that for $15, going twice, going three times. And Art Blakey is at $30. No, $32. Philip Holt has Art Blakey for $32. John Dodd, you're out. This is at $32 with Philip Holt. Next in the crate, another one. Another Modern Life is War. What number is this one? 54. So close numbers there. What was it, 54 and 57 or something? Yeah, 57 and 54. Those are both still available. Next, Gravy Train. Originals of that are pretty tough to get. Good album too, if you like prog rock with like a lot of guitar stuff. Limited edition to 500 on gold vinyl, virgin vinyl, sealed for $19.99. $19.99 on Gravy Train. We've got 2 and 3. We've got 3 copies of them. Gravy Train. I'm sure somebody out there needs that. Jefferson Airplane takes off. This is $24.99. Pretty sure this is going to be a reissue. Yeah, this is like a late 70s reissue, I believe. Jefferson Airplane takes off is $24.99. And then the New Spirit of Capital. The New Spirit of Capital is sealed for $19.99. MT Matt on Gravy. Gravy Train is sold to MT Matt. We've got 2 copies left. Art Blakey's at $35 with Philip Holt. John Dodd said he's out. I don't know if I said final call on Miles Davis or not, but I meant to. And I think everyone's out on it anyways. So this is going to be sold to Lonnie Jolly for just $15. Lonnie Jolly on Miles Davis Orbits for $15. Where is the opening on this stupid sleeve? I hate these things. There it is. Miles Davis is sold to Lonnie Jolly for $15. It's sold for $15. Thank you, Lonnie Jolly. That sold to you for $15. And Art Blakey is at $35 with Philip Holt. That is a final call. Is that Little Feat Triple LP on red vinyl? I thought it was on some kind of colored vinyl. Let me see. Coral. It says Coral. What isn't Coral? I don't know why. I don't think of that as Coral. Maybe I'm wrong. I think I'm thinking of Cobalt. When I read Coral, I was thinking of like blue. But I think I was thinking of Cobalt, not Coral. Like a Cobalt blue. I don't know if Cobalt in itself is a color, but maybe it is. Anyone have a box of Crayola crayons that they can look at real quick? $34.99 on that. It is on red vinyl, essentially. Jetstream. It is on red vinyl. Let's see. Is that going to work? Yeah! Heck yeah. What if I do it again? What if we do 2 at a time? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thumbs up. Johnny Bravo. No? Guess not. No thumbs up? I thought it worked. I thought it would do like, hey, there it is. Triple hundred. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely 3 LPs. Definitely heavy. Very thick. Yeah, 3 LPs for sure. Yeah. Let's see. One more time for the fans. One more time for the camera. Come on. It's very picky, isn't it? There we go. All right. Hey, someone has to buy this. Mahavishnu Orchestra, Birds of Fire, 1999. And all you need to know is Billy Cobham and John McLaughlin, 1999. Birds of Fire. What a killer album. Incredible. 1999. Art Blakey is sold. Art Blakey is sold for $35 to Philip Holt. Philip Holt got Art Blakey for $35. Hey, good job. 35. Come on. What if I do it like that? Why is it so picky? There we go. Yeah. Maybe we should start doing that every time an auction sells. Oh, no. That's sold to Philip Holt for $35. Thank you, Philip. Very cool. OG. Black Atlantic label there. Let's see. Let me scroll down. Sold on Little Feet. Cool. Jetstream is going to get the Little Feet. Little Feet is sold. And Mahavishnu, Birds of Fire. That is sold to John Dodd. Well, you claimed it. Yeah, no condition notes, John Dodd. It should be a really nice copy. Let me take a look. Yeah. I would put that in my collection. Very nice copy. Birds of Fire, and the jacket itself looks very clean as well. Very nice. Yeah. Very nice copy. Let's see. Sir Paul, I'm at a Sturgill Simpson concert. Save all the Johnny Cash 45s till Monday. All right. I can do that. I don't think I haven't seen any. I have not seen any Johnny Cash 45s pop up tonight, so you have nothing to worry about. Let's see. Let's get these up here. John Dodd, you want me to go ahead and grab that for you, I'm assuming? Cool. Yeah, no problem. Let's get the great Buddy Holly up. This is a 1967 U.S. reissue, previously released as That'll Be the Day. This is in VG Plus condition. It's going to be a $15 start on the Vocalion label. $15 start on Buddy Holly. $15 start on that. Let's go ahead and put up this David Bowie Pinups. David Bowie Pinups is a 1973 U.S. Indianapolis OG with the original inner sleeve as well. Super clean vinyl. Super clean vinyl is what Laura has put on the post-it note, and it is. And it's going to be a $35 start. $35 start. $35 start on Bowie. $35 start on that. Let's see, what else? Buddy Holly's at 15 with Kenneth Blair. Paul, you never let us know how large is your record collection. It's not that big. Well, I mean, it's big, but it's not like, it's nowhere near as big as like some of the collections that we go out and buy. Mine's just like somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 records, maybe somewhere in that range. But there's really good stuff in it though. It's like, it's all killer, no filler. If I buy like, I don't know, what's a good example? If I buy something like this, it's going to be like a first UK import or like a white label promo or something like that. Or this would, it'd be like a first UK copy. If I'm buying stuff from artists like that. And then there's just a lot of like very rare, psych and prog and some really good jazz and punk and some rare folk stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I like it. I like my collection. I guess that's all that matters, right? Yeah, well curated. I'm very selective with what I put in the collection. Bowie is a $35 start, going twice, going 3 times. Oh, wait. MT Matt is in, and Nick Bergeron. Nick Bergeron did bid 35. MT Matt bid 36. So MT Matt has that for $36. Buddy Holly's going twice, going 3 times. Now it's at 17 with Holden, 190. Next in the crate, the Pineapple Thief, 137. Hiram Ponte, where's your buddy? Where's your buddy from the other night? 1999 on the Pineapple Thief. 1999. I need more psych. I do too. Yeah, that's the main thing that I collect. Let's see, my favorite punk band? That's a really good question. The Stooges, does that count? Or the Velvet Underground, does that count? I feel like those are both like proto-punk. I feel like the Stooges have to qualify as punk, or even the Seeds. I know those aren't technically punk, or, you know, it's not like in the canon maybe of actual punk. But as far as like first wave or something, first wave of like actual punk, oh man, I don't know. I don't know. It's a really good question. This is 137. Hiram Ponte, Pineapple Thief is 137. Not No Effects. Not No Effects. They're not even punk. I do like the Dead Kennedys. A lot of those first 3 albums of theirs are great. But let's see. What else have I missed here? Sorry, I got sidetracked. Still taking it, but the Mahavishnu was OG. John Dodd, that was OG for sure. Is the Steely Dan a Robert Ludwig? Let's see, where was that? That was way back here, wasn't it? Steely Dan, greatest hits. Did RL do this? Yeah, he did. It is. Yeah, it's RL. That is RL in the dead wax there. Hendry Smink, if you want that, that is a Robert Ludwig cut. That is, let's see. Yeah, Gregory, that's similar to me. Like 6 or 7 years ago, I sold I sold everything but like maybe 200 records about 7 or 8 years ago, because I just had a lot of filler stuff that I wasn't really buying for myself, but I was like, I have a bunch of records, I definitely should have this in the collection, but I would never listen to it. It was like stuff that I thought I should have, and I was like, I don't actually like it. Let's see, Vandals. Let's see, what have I missed? Hendry Smink, the Steely Dan was VG Plus for $19.99. VG Plus, $19.99. Yeah, the Misfits are up there too. Misfits are definitely up there. Great stuff. What have I missed? Buddy Holly I need to sell for $15 to whoever put that one bid. Sorry. No, Holden. Holden has it for 17. I forgot there was another bid. Kenneth Blair. Did you ever bid again? Kenneth Blair, you have been outbid on that. Kenneth Blair. Buddy Holly's at 17 with Holden. Final call. And then David Bowie, I think only got like 2 bids right at the start. Got 2 bids right at the start, I believe. Let's see, it was 35 and then 36 with MT Matt. Did Nick Bergeron ever come back in? Nick Bergeron never bid again, right? BH out. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sell these. All right, Holden, you got Buddy Holly for 17. Going to sell these. Sorry, guys, I got way too sidetracked on that. Got very sidetracked. I like to talk about records, but that's sold for $17 to Holden over on YouTube. And then David Bowie, Nick Bergeron, I don't know if you're still there. I don't know if you heard me say final call or not, but I do need to sell it. David Bowie is sold to MT Matt. MT Matt got Bowie for $36. $36 on David Bowie. That is sold to MT Matt for $36. Coming back for part 2? No, I don't think so. I'm pretty tired already. Doing this is It's more tiring than it looks. I don't know, maybe it looks tiring, but just standing here talking for like 4 hours in a row is not as easy as Chad makes it seem. He does it like every day. I'm not cut out to do 8 hours, 6 nights a week doing any of that. Yeah, I think I'm probably about to cut it after the end of this crate, actually. Let's see, let me see what else I missed. Let me see. Denise Softon taught. Yeah, send me a message. I'd like to hear about it for sure. I would like to hear about it. Still doing the radio show? No, I need to. I think the next time they, come out with like every like 3 or 4 months they send out a thing to like sign up to get a spot. To apply to get on the schedule or whatever. And I think the next time they do it, I probably will. I had backed out because, I was traveling a lot. My schedule wasn't consistent enough, and I felt bad for missing a lot of my shows and everything. I'm still like in the pool to sub and everything if I want to, but I would kind of like to get back in and do like 1 hour, like a 1 hour show a week. That's very doable. Like on a Friday or some one of the days that I'm normally off. Chipmunk Punk is the only answer. Yeah, Hattori Hanzo. That's my favorite punk album, Chipmunk Punk. Very true. Let's see. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything else. Joe Delgado, that Steely Dan, if you ever see this again, it is a really good compilation. It's from 72 to 78. Do It Again, Reeling in the Years, My Old School, Bodhisattva, Showbiz Kids, East St. Louis, Toodaloo, Ricky Don't Lose That Number, Pretzel Logic, Any Major Dude, Here at the Western World, Black Friday, Bad Sneakers, Dr. Wu, Haitian Divorce, Kid Charlemagne, The Fez, Peg, and Josie. Yep. Chad talks fast. I can't talk fast. I don't like it. I I go at my own pace. One more half off vintage. I don't have another half off vintage bin built right now, unfortunately. Let's see. Yeah, Jim B also, yeah, I tried to put together as many half off sealed crates as I could, and I only found a few. Let's see. And I think we already went through them. Why That Thin Lizzy for 15. Midwest Briar. If I can find it, I'll go ahead and do that since I have technically gone through that crate already. Where was that? Was that in this crate though? It was, wasn't it? This crate has probably been the slowest crate that I've ever done. Was it in here? Yeah, it is. Thin Lizzy 15. That's sold. Why not? We've also got Newgrass Revival Friday Night in America. That's $19.99. Little Feet Ain't Had Enough Fun. That's $49.99. That's a 1995 US OG. Jetstream. Look at that. I've never seen this one. Little Feet Ain't Had Enough Fun. $49.99. Psych rock or acid rock? Oh, there's a little bit of a difference, I guess. Acid rock, I feel like was like a West Coast thing, kind of. Mostly like acid rock was kind of a San Francisco thing, and then you have like there's a big difference in like San Francisco psych and Boston psych, or the Texas psych, like the 13th Floor Elevators and Golden Dawn, or Power Plant, stuff like that. Like each region around the U.S. kind of had its own thing, and then if you go overseas, it was even more different. There's like UK psych that's very different. German. You had like the krautrock stuff, which was wild. There's Brazilian psych. There's psych all over the world, and it's all really cool and kind of worth exploring. Very cool stuff. What else did I miss here? Any reasonably priced Pet Sounds? Robert Barnett. I don't think we even have any reissues of Pet Sounds right now. What does OG mean? Just original pressing. OG. Technically, I guess stands for Original Gangsta, but it has kind of become a term to just mean original, basically. The band Kraut. I haven't listened to Kraut I have not listened to Kraut. I'll have to check them out. I'm assuming they're like a krautrock band, or they try to do the krautrock sound, which I feel like krautrock is really just a term. It's not very descriptive. It's basically any music that was made in Germany in like the late 60s through the mid to late 70s. Boston Psych, like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, Hattori Hanzo is on fire tonight. Norwegian psych jazz. Oh, what's that one dude? He's like Finnish, maybe. It's Tokelman, Jan Tokelman or something. That guitar player. It's like jazz fusion. Do you know who I'm talking about? John Dodd. He's not Norwegian, but I don't know why that made me think of that. I guess Norway and Finland are kind of close, right? Maybe. Just a few records left in here. I'm just getting too getting too involved with the comments. Just having fun conversating. The Meters, Strutting. That is a European reissue, $24.99. And then Green Day Saviors is on hot pink and black split, sealed for $24.99. And yeah, Green Day Savior sealed $24.99. Very cool. Thank yous. No grade, good or bad? Good. No grade, no condition notes. Like if I don't say a condition on it, then they're very good. It's a $3,500 OG. Why was it $3,500? Was it a promo copy? 3,500. I've never heard of a 13th Floor Elevators record going for 3,500, unless it was like a mono promo or maybe signed by Rocky Erickson or something. 3,500. Garrett, what was up with that? I'll take the Meters. Marshmallow Pie. I've actually got 2 meters in here. Got 2 meters. 2 meters. This is Strutting. I'm assuming you wanted that one because that was the last one I showed. But I've also got Rejuvenation, I think, right? Did no one buy Rejuvenation? Meters, Rejuvenation. That was $24.99 also. And just to let you know, these are reissues. These are reissues. Yeah, Bubba, this is going to be the last crate that I do tonight, and then I'm going to be out. Hendry, yeah, I did pull the Steely Dan for you. I've got it over here in the crate for you. That was sold to Hendry Smink. I'll take them both. Sweet. Yeah, great stuff. The Meters, Strutting. This was actually one of the best finds. No, was it this one? No, it was this one. The Meters self-titled, the debut. I actually found an original copy of that at a thrift store for $1. It wasn't Goodwill, it was a different thrift store, but I found it for $1, and then I ended up trading it for something I really, really wanted. But it was a really nice copy. Let's see. Where is Garrett Seipert? Tell me about that 13th Floor Elevators. Oh, there he is. Had a tag on it for $3,500. Right, but man, yeah, it had to. Yeah, even a near mint like standard copy should not be near $3,500. What's on my want list? There are 2 records that are very high on my want list that are like actually obtainable. There's an album by a band called Felt. It's on the NASCO label, NASCO. It was recorded in Nashville. They're from Alabama. It's just F-E-L-T, Felt. It's got a weird cover, very plain with this weird looking person on it. It's a great album. It's almost like there's some Beatlesy songs, but then there's like some hard progressive rock kind of stuff, and it's all pretty psychedelic too. But when I started looking for that record, it was like a $200 album, and now it's like a near mint copy is routinely closer to $1,000, so I've almost given up on it because the value's gone way, way high. But that Felt record, and then another one that I just have not been able to land that's also not stupidly expensive or rare, is that album that I had ordered for the last Sunday show, that Linda Perhacs Parallelograms. Linda Perhacs Parallelograms. I'm definitely on the hunt for an original copy of that. So yeah, if any of you ever see one of those, and my birthday is in July, so it's coming up from Alabama. Yeah, Chris Bryant, Felt. I think they were from Birmingham or Montgomery, maybe. I can't remember. But Felt, man, that album's good. And the price on it has just gotten crazy in the last like 5 to 8 years. It used to be obtainable. Now it's, I don't know, it's getting dicey. It's getting real expensive. No one's wanting to let them go anymore. I'm going to recap this crate very quickly and then I'm done. But we've got Bertha. Bertha's still available. Police, Ghost in the Machine. Bread, Baby, I'ma Want You. Gregory Porter, Still Rising. Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal. Queen, A Night at the Opera. Jethro Tull, Aqualung. Bobby Bland, Tell Mr. Bland. Avalon, that's Tate Moore. So, speaking of like Linda Perhacs, I feel like Jessica Pratt was definitely influenced by Linda Perhacs. This is great. Jessica Pratt here in the pitch. John McLaughlin, Devotion, that's Sealed. Small Faces, Playmates, Please Yourself, that's Graham Central Station. Modern Life is War, My Love, My Way. 2 copies of that left. Gravy Train, 2 copies of that on gold vinyl. And then Jefferson Airplane Takes Off. Robert Lee Bunch, Queen was $29.99. It's an original US copy. EX condition from 75. It does have a name written very small up on the top corner, but that is EX $29.99. Robert Lee Bunch. If you want that, just let me know. And then the New Spirit of Capital. The New Spirit of Capital. The Pineapple Thief 137. The Pineapple Thief. Newgrass Revival. Friday Night in America. Then that Little Feat record. Jetstream. You still here? You want it? Little Feat Ain't Had Enough Fun. That's from 1995. And then Green Day Saviors. Green Day Saviors. Do you have any more of those Linda Perhacs albums you showed on Sunday? The one you... No? Linda... Yeah, that one... We sold all of them. We did end up selling them because I was moping around at the end of the show. And we sold the rest of them. Let's see... The Records and the Proof. The Records and the Proof. The Records sounds familiar to me. I think I've listened to them. The Proof I'm not familiar with, though. But Talks with Ravens, if I can, I'll see if I can order more of the Linda Perhacs. Because, yeah, we always should have that in stock. Small Faces is sold to Bill Keenum. Thank you, Bill Keenum. That is sold to you. Spectrum and Birds of Fire. Yeah, John Dot. Yeah, that was cool. 2 essential, like, jazz fusion records there, both with Billy Cobham. Great stuff. Anything else? Yeah, I think that's it. Talks with Ravens. Y'all see, I don't think I'm... Yeah, I know Chad's doing the sale tomorrow. I didn't order anything for tomorrow. I don't think I'm doing a sale next Sunday either. I think Chad might be doing it. But, whatever. Maybe I'll order some new vinyl anyways so that Chad can show it. We'll see. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. And, oh yeah, who asked about the Queen? Robert Lee Bunch. Did you want the Queen record? That was $29.99 if you want that. $29.99 if you want that. If not, no problem. Just let me know one way or another. Just say sold or pass. Sold or pass. And let me get these post-it notes out of the way. All right. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, and I'll see you sometime soon. I don't know when I'm doing it.